people any kind of an explanation as to why I did what I did, but I just can't resist. See, what kind of an evil genius would I really be if I didn't extol you my master plan? You see, the only difference being my master plan has already come to fruition. I have in my hands what I set out to get. So I'm going to explain to you now exactly why it is I did what I did. You see, if I may, I have to tell you another little story. And I know the last time I told you kids a story, some of you, well, you were heartbroken. But I trust you. I assure you, this story ends a little differently. You see, about a year and a half ago, I was still working for a company called Total Nonstop Action. For Ring of Honor. So what we did, and I'll name names, myself, Jerry Lynn, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, all decided to have a little bit of a meeting late Wednesday night in Nashville, Tennessee. And as I sat there and I ate my food, I looked across the table at AJ Styles, who was the NWA World Champion at the time. A belt which, by the way, means nothing compared to the belt that I hold in my hand today. And I watched as AJ could barely eat his food. He certainly couldn't look me in the eyes, because what we all agreed was that if we stuck together, we could work for Ring of Honor. We could work for whoever we wanted. I faxed a copy of my contract to the TNA offices and highlighted the part that said I could wrestle for whoever I wanted to, as long as their name was not Vincent K. McMahon or they were running a pay-per-view. I explained myself to AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. I said, AJ, you're the champ. You hold the belt. You hold the power. You can do things. They have to listen to what you say. They all looked me in the eye and they said, we're with you, punk. We're going to stick together. But I knew that was the nail in my coffin. So I made my decision, and I stayed here, and I stuck with Ring of Honor. And I'd like to think that I built this place. And I know for a fact that there would not be a Ring of Honor for Christopher Daniels or AJ Styles to come crawling back to if it wasn't for me. I'm sloppy, I'm this, I'm that. But the fact is, I was the backbone of this company, and now I am the champion, and I hold the most important belt in the world. And there's nothing any of you people can do about it. You're going to get out of here, Triple A! Your shiny wizard sucks! So now, fast forward about a year, and I get an offer from another company. I get an offer from the WWE. And what do I hear? actually signed a contract? I have to listen to you people doubt my ability in this ring when I gave you the 5-star greatest technical match Ring of Honor's ever seen, when I gave you the bloodiest street fights that Ring of Honor's ever seen. People, you didn't realize it. You were in the midst of the greatest professional wrestler walking the world today, and he's in this ring right now. So I want to once again prove the doubters wrong. You people doubt that I signed a contract with the WWE? Well, you're right. I haven't signed my contract yet. Bobby Cruz, would you hold this, please?
You gotta be starring on velocity! Every Saturday, I like the velocity!
Key to freedom. This means I don't have to see any of you people anymore. I've already proved that I'm better than you. But what I'd like to do right now is sign my contract to once again prove you all wrong. Bobby Cruz, if you could hold the belt, please. I want to sign the contract right on top of it. CM Punk, there is no way in hell I'm going to let you disrespect Ring of Honor and sign that WWE contract on the Ring of Honor title belt. I'm sorry. There's no way. That's fine. That's fine. Have fun on the indies. Bob Sinclair, you can hold this for 1 second, please, while I make a career decision here. Decide to grow a spine tonight of all meetings. Shane Hagedorn, one of my students, come on in here.
You suck, Nick!
Come on in.
I get to do the honors? Enjoy the basketball!
You can hold that for me, please?
Triple H promo. You're boring the shit out of me like Triple H.
Oh, I gotta get this notarized too. Is anybody a notary republic? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kiss my ass goodbye.
You know, I hate to begin the show like this, but I am absolutely disgusted by the actions of CM Punk. What disrespect to sign his WWE contract on the ROH World title belt.
I completely agree with you, Jimmy. It's just a slap in the face of the entire organization. I mean, all the things that Ring of Honor did for the career of CM Punk, and he has to hog all of the time. We've had to cancel all of the locker room promos because he took so much time off at the beginning of this show that we don't even have time for any of the other wrestlers on the card to get any promos.
You know, I guess he figures it's his last night, so he might as well get as much TV time as he can. And let's not take away from this match. We have Jay Lethal and Dixie teaming up against John and Phil Davis, the Heartbreak Express, who have been making a name for themselves down in FIP in Florida. They claim they're undefeated, but, well, we really know that that's not the case.
Yeah, they've suffered quite a few losses, but in their own minds, they are undefeated. Big back body chop for Phil Davis as Jay Lethal holds onto the head of Sean, and together they go.
In their own minds, they also think that they're ladies' men. As Dixie comes in, goes for a cover on Sean Davis, Todd Sinclair with a 2 count. The big question is who will CM Punk defend the... Are we back? What was that?
Do we still have the feed in the truck?
I think that we're back. Not sure what that just was. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties there.
Well, right there, that was an avalanche. And a big face full of ass from Sean Davis.
Jay Lethal needs to get out of the ring right now and let his partner try to make a comeback and make the tag, because the Heartbreak Express are taking advantage of the referee with his back turned.
Well, the Heartbreak Express, excellent tag team strategists. They know how to cut the ring in half, keep one of their opponents away from making the tag to their partner, and that's why they've been so, I mean, you could say successful. They are a good team, even though their win-loss record down in FIP leaves a lot to be desired.
Dixie now down, Sean Davis looking good, the Heartbreak Express. Could you imagine if they could score a huge victory right here as Ring of Honor is in Long Island for the very first time. A tremendous crowd on hand. What the hell's going on?
Are we back?
What was that?
Well, Dixie driven right down into the canvas, and the Heartbreak Express are in command of the match, but who's in command of this transmission?
Once again, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. Not sure what's going on. As Jay Lethal now in.
Set into the ropes. Up and over, staying on his feet. Waistlock.
Oh, he's got him on
Wilson.
There's that dragon suplex. He puts them all down with that. Cover.
Well, the Heartbreak Express fall to the team of Dixie and Jay Lethal here in your opening contest.
This is a match I'm really looking forward to. 2 of the top upcomers here in ROH, Roderick Strong against Azrael.
Well, you know, it was last summer that Roderick Strong was really starting to turn heads in Ring of Honor with the formation of Generation Next. And here 1 year later, it seems as though Azrael is rocketing up the roster just as quickly as Roderick did 1 year ago.
You can definitely say that. As Azrael now puts on a nice side headlock on Roderick Strong.
Paul Turner in charge of the action. Roderick trying to work his way out of it into the top wrist lock.
Both men have a lot on the line in this one. They need victories to climb the ladder.
And look at the nice bridge by Azrael right there, keeping his shoulders up off the canvas, maintaining that bridge until Roderick got the shot to the midsection. Right back to his feet and into a wrist lock of his own.
I do have Artie, our producer, in my earpiece ready to give us any news about who CM Punk will defend the world title against tonight in his final night in ROH. Nothing yet, though, as really backstage is kind of in turmoil with all those promos having to be canceled backstage. Punk going into business for himself, taking up all the TV time. No backstage promos tonight.
Well, ever since winning the ROH World title from Austin Aries, in CM Punk's mind, it's all about him, and he doesn't care about the promotion as a whole. He doesn't care about the rest of the roster. He doesn't care about anything but himself. And it seems as though he's walking away from Ring of Honor with absolutely no respect being shown to the rosters. Right now, it's Azrael getting the best of Roderick Strong. Out of the press, but only gets 2.
Nicely done by Azrael. And before we take away from this match, I just want to make one more final point about Punk, because I'm glad he even showed up tonight. Who would ever thought that he'd have a car waiting for him in the parking lot at the last show, Death Before Dishonor 3, and he would go running into that car and drive off, still in his wrestling gear after winning the world title. What a chaotic scene that was.
Azrael going to work on Roderick in the corner here with a series of chops and forearm strikes. Sends Roderick into the buckle hard. Comes charging but right into the boot of Strong. Azrael struggling to stay on his feet. Roderick connects with the elbow.
Of course, with Roderick Strong, you have to watch out for those backbreakers. Vicious chop.
You also have to watch out for the strong hands. Those chops of Roderick Strong, one of the best choppers in Ring of Honor today.
Nobody hits harder. Azrael, though, fighting back, showing a lot of heart.
Connects with the boot.
Wow.
Right across the knee with the backbreaker. It only gets 2.
Another innovative form of the backbreaker from Roderick Strong. Of course, he loves to use that stronghold submission, the half grab with the knee in the small of the back.
And of course, a variety of backbreakers. That's why he's called by many the Messiah of the backbreaker. Likes to put that half Nelson backbreaker to use to sometimes finish off his opponents. Another hard chop, and that sends Azrael to his knees.
Azrael is very dangerous with the double stomp.
Taking the action out to the floor now. Alternate wrestling them to bring it back inside. It's now Roderick with Azrael right into the guardrail. Those steel barricades have done a lot of damage to the bodies of the competitors here in ROH.
That'll definitely soften up the back as well.
Very wise ring strategist is Roderick Strong. Picks apart the back like no other. And another hard chop right across the chest.
Everything Roderick, well, Azrael fighting back.
He's not going to back down. Nice exchange, but a knee to the midsection from Roderick, and driving that back into the edge of the ring apron.
Everything Roderick Strong does in that ring has a purpose now. There are no wasted moves. Roderick Strong has a sound strategy, and that's part of the growth and maturity that we have seen in Roderick Strong over the past year. A year ago, 2 years ago, Roderick Strong might not have been as efficient as he is in the ring right now, but now he has learned his lessons well, and he is a breakthrough star, and I see him as a main eventer in the very near future.
Nice belly-to-back suplex, but can't put him away, and you can say the very same things about Azrael, especially during the past 6 months. Really fine-tuning his game, he's taking it a step up.
Well, Special K breaking up has definitely been the best thing to ever happen to Azrael's career, as he is making more and more strides with each passing show. Look at that, Roderick Strong just stomping him right in the face.
Doing whatever it takes to get the job done as he pulls Azrael back to his feet. Going for that half Nelson backbreaker, but no, Azrael counters. Going for the O'Connor roll. Only gets 2. Off the ropes, he comes right into the lariat from Roderick.
More high impact from Roderick Strong. I've been calling James Gibson as we get a cover. But I've been saying James Gibson has been ROH's MVP of 2005. You could make a case for Roderick Strong as well. The wins and losses might not be there for Roddy, but he has definitely had one great match after another, whether it's against James Gibson at Best of American Super Juniors tournament, whether it's against CM Punk at The Future Is Now, whether it's against Alex Shelley at the Final Showdown or New Frontiers. Roderick Strong is really putting together a string of impressive singles matches.
Trying to wear Azrael down with that chin lock. Back to his feet. Off the ropes comes Azrael, going for the sunset flip. Roderick rolls through, grabs hold of the leg as well as the neck. Into a backbreaker
Azrael continues to show a lot of heart, a lot of determination. He's not just going to lay down. He needs this victory. Roderick Strong needs this victory. The winner is going to shoot up the card, and the loser, well, he could find himself in the opening match.
Roderick placing Azrael up on the top turnbuckle. Just measures him for that shot. Azrael in a world of hurt, maybe looking for a superplex here. Strong all the way up top himself.
He's going to do more damage to the back.
Superplex coming up. And hard down to the canvas they go.
Cover.
1, 2, no.
Roderick not hooking the leg on that cover, and that could have been the deciding factor.
You see Azrael clutching at his lower back. The damage has been done.
Roderick Strong, a great ring technician. As the crowd gets behind Azrael to fight back here.
I think they're just enjoying the action. A lot of new fans here in Long Island getting their first taste of ROH.
And again, elevating Azrael to the top. Another hard chop.
I expect to see some skin flying with chops like that.
Could he be looking for a second superplex?
This could finish off Azrael right here. How much punishment can the back take?
Azrael trying to block, and Roderick crotched on the top rope. Azrael known for that double stomp. If he can get his positioning, and he does.
We could have an upset.
But he's too worn down. Can't go for an immediate cover as Paul Turner applies the count on both athletes.
And you see, right now, Roderick Strong, he's feeling it above and below his head as he got crotched on the top rope.
Of course, Azrael nursing that back that Roderick has picked apart for the past several minutes. Crawling for the cover, Azrael, hook him away, but can't get the pinfall.
Way too much time passed there.
Forearm shot and a chop across the chest of Strong. Azrael dishing it right back out. Off the ropes. Nice drop kick. Going for the Rana, and he takes him over. Roderick all the way out to the floor. Can we see Azrael take a chance? And Roderick's back collided with that steel barricade upon impact.
Azrael putting it all on the line to try to get victory here. That shows you the courage of these athletes.
He's got to bring it back inside the ring.
Azrael took a chance of a lifetime there. If he missed, not only would he lose this match, but his career might be over. But now he has Strong in trouble. Let's see if he can follow up.
Cover. But Roderick kicks out.
You notice Azrael going for the pin at every opportunity. The first thing on his mind is go for that pinfall, go to that pinfall. He knows it only takes 3 seconds and it can happen at any time.
Roderick trying to work his way back to his feet. Azrael with another forearm shot to the jaw. And a chop across the chest of Roderick Strong.
Azrael hasn't been able to really follow up. Can he do it here?
Roderick elevates him, but he lands on the apron. Blocking Roderick's attempts, connects with the kick upside the head.
Whoa. Cover.
You gotta hand it to Azrael, kicking out of yet another devastating backbreaker.
I wouldn't even call that a mistake by Azrael. That's impressive strength from Roderick Strong. Able to maintain his balance, catch Azrael, and turn it into a backbreaker.
Roderick looking to follow up now. He's feeling the effects of this match. Vertical suplex positioning. Staying on his feet is Azrael. Move to the midsection. Roderick into the buckle. Azrael charges with the knee strike.
I can't believe Azrael is still fighting back.
Going up top once again.
Blockbuster. Didn't quite catch it the whole way, but still got Roderick Strong off his feet.
And again, both men are down. Referee checking on their condition. Azrael trying to crawl towards Strong.
Cover. I think that was an example of how beat up Azrael is right now. If he was a little fresher, he might have hit that blockbuster complete.
Hard kicks to the spine. And right to the face. Nice combo. doing everything that he can to get the big victory here on Long Island.
He definitely looks tired and beat up, though. How much more can Azrael take?
But he does have the upper hand at the moment. He's in command as he pulls Roderick back up. But knees to the midsection of Azrael. Roderick plants him. Cover. Holding onto that arm. Another hard backbreaker.
That's it.
Azrael, very tenacious, gets his shoulder up.
I'm giving Azrael all the credit in the world. He is surviving everything Roderick Strong is dishing out, and his back has been absolutely decimated.
Roderick picks him up. Staying on his feet once again is Azrael.
He needs a home run here.
Maybe looking for the electric chair. No, Roderick landing on his feet. Maybe looking for the stronghold if he can get him over.
Can he turn him over?
No, he counters. No, Roderick back, grabbing hold of the legs.
Now cartwheeling right back into the hold. He's got it cinched in.
Knee right into the back. Boston grabbed the stronghold, and Azrael taps out.
Big victory for Roderick Strong. What an effort from both men. Time for the tag team titles. BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs defending against Lacey's Angels of Durain and Cheech. And boy, does Lacey have a lot of anger in her.
Yeah, she certainly doesn't like men that much. As a matter of fact, I would say she hates them. And she has some problems, and she seems to have these kids almost brainwashed. As we got Cheech and Deranged, a little bit of strategy talk.
Well, she basically owns these guys. She has signed them the contracts that gives her she owns their names, their likeness, everything that you can own about some person. She owns their careers now.
Dictates their ring gear. as Deranged scoots to the floor. BJ Whitmer, a very intimidating individual and the largest in this matchup.
I wouldn't let her hear me say this, Dave, but she is pretty damn hot. As BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs, very successful as ROH Tag Team Champions. No one's been able to stop them, whether it's the Second City Saints, Generation Next in that high-impact match at Manhattan Mayhem, Dunn and Marcos at New Frontiers, you name it, they have been putting everybody down. Deranged, though, getting that cheap shot and an opportunity here against BJ Whitmer.
And jumping in from behind, but you see the power of Whitmer reversing the whip. Elevates Deranged, but counters right into an arm drag on Whitmer. Comes charging, and again Deranged able to take him over. He comes off the ropes, and the big boot attempts. Wheelbarrow up on the shoulders now. Going for the head scissors, BJ, too much power. Deranged staying on his feet in a big clothesline.
There's the hard-hitting style of ROH at its finest. Cheech doesn't want any of that.
And Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer have certainly been fighting champions since winning the titles back in April.
They didn't even have to defend the belts tonight as they successfully defended it at the last show, Death Before Dishonor 3 against the Embassy, but they insisted on putting them against the line on both nights of this double shot. First, they got to get past Lacey's Angels here, though.
Both Whitmer and Jacobs pounding away on Deranged. Jacobs gets a near fall right there.
Lacey's Angels earning this shot by defeating Jack Evans and Roderick Strong in what I consider an upset at Death Before Dishonor 3. In fact, Jack Evans walking out of ROH saying he's got to go do some training before he's able to return. Jack Evans very disappointed in his performance.
A little bit of teamwork here as Whitmer power bombs his own partner down onto the chest. Whitmer with the cover, but Deranged able to get his shoulder up off the canvas.
Don't worry. Start playing.
Let's see if Lacey really is the top businesswoman in wrestling. Can she lead Deranged and Cheech to the tag team titles? The winner of this match will face the Carnage Crew tomorrow night and defend the belt.
Back chop, drop kick, elbow drop combination. Jacobs off the ropes. Elevation from Whitmer into a splat. I can't put him away. Great teamwork from, as many fans have dubbed them, the team of Hillbilly Jesus.
Is that their official name now?
Not official. It's Jimmy Jacobs going to work on Deranged.
And what's Lacey doing?
Taking the attention of the official.
Cheech got a cheap shot in on the back of Jacobs, and now Deranged right in.
We hadn't officially seen Cheech become a part of this matchup as of yet, but he became a part of the match, and the referee not seeing this double team work by Lacey's Angel on Jacobs.
Is that part of being the best businesswoman in wrestling?
Well, it is a smart strategy if you can pull it off.
Of course, you also have to watch out for Cloudy on the outside as well. Lacey's personal secretary. Cheech now in firm control on Jacobs.
Scoops him up and plants him with the body slam. Now Cheech just mocking Jimmy Jacobs. And blatant choke right in front of the referee.
Paul Turner right on top of the action.
Does Cloudy approve of being called a secretary?
Hey, these guys do whatever Lacey wants. She definitely has them under control.
And the referee more occupied with keeping BJ Whitmer out of the ring that he's missing behind his back. Both Deranged and Cheech just working over Jacobs. Stomping away on the chest, boot right across the throat, choking away.
The champions are in trouble, but we have seen them in trouble before, and they always come back. Of course, you have to watch out for that Doomsday Rana out of the champions.
The legal man is Deranged, kicking away at the midsection of Jacobs as Cheech exits the ring. Wasting a lot of time joining some of the fans. Jacobs trying to work his way toward Whitmer, but Lacey's Angels have effectively cut the ring in half.
She's barking orders at her men.
But Jacobs getting fired up, digging down for some extra energy. Firing away on Deranged. Has him staggered, but goes right to the eyes.
Deranged in firm control right now as Lacey looks on. I really don't mind all these camera shots of Lacey.
can question some of the business moves that she has made, though, and some of the questionable tactics that she... Like right here, referee tied up once again, Cloudy getting a cheap shot. He's not a part of this matchup.
Lacey's Angels will do anything to secure victory.
The referee turns around, sees absolutely nothing but Deranged fixing his tie.
BJ Whitmer does have to keep his cool in these kind of circumstances. All he does there is distract the referee.
Another tag, Cheech brought in the matchup. Belly to back suplex positioning, drops Jacobs down to the canvas. Off the ropes he comes, taking his sweet time. Oh, come on! Very cocky cover right there from Cheech as he continues to stomp away on the back of Jimmy Jacobs.
That wasn't going for a victory. That was just trying to play mind games right there.
Again, Deranged tag back in. Double team work here from the Angels.
So far, though, Lacey's Angels have mentally defeated Jacobs and Whitmer.
And they've been able to keep the smaller of the two wrestlers in the ring to just focus on him.
They have definitely neutralized the big man, the powerhouse of this match. And if there was one disadvantage that Lacey's Angels had going into this match, it was the fact that BJ Whitmer could easily outpower either of them.
Yeah, but keeping Jimmy Jacobs in the ring this whole time, any damage that may have been done to BJ Whitmer in the early going of the match, he's had all this time to regroup on the apron. He's going to be a fresh man if Jacobs can make that tag.
That is very true.
And right now, speaking of losing your energy, Deranged just hitting the ropes repeatedly and into a chin lock. Again, playing mind games, as you said, that's not really gonna do much damage to your opponent. It is gonna wear down Jacobs, but the whole hitting the ropes a million times first.
And you know what? If Jacobs is able to make that tag, they're gonna get a BJ Whitmer that's that much more pissed off.
Referee Paul Turner checking on Jacobs' condition, checking the arm to see if Jacobs still has the energy to continue in this match.
One more time, and we have new champions. Is Jacobs out?
Not yet. Huss! 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 Trying to get his second win here.
Jacobs needs to get to his feet so Deranged doesn't have the leverage advantage.
Shot to the rib cage. And again, Jacobs trying to fight his way out of the chin lock. He finally does. Diving toward his partner, but Deranged able to grab hold of Jacobs and pull him away from his corner.
Grabbing hold of the tights, that is.
Cheech tagged back in. Pounding away on Jacobs. Set to the ropes. Big clothesline takes him down.
Cheech and Deranged have been in firm control for a long time. You have to start wondering how much more can Jimmy Jacobs take.
Deranged tagged back in. Just holding Jacobs for Deranged. What could he have in mind?
They're going for the high impact.
Mistimed right there, connected with his own partner.
He might have caved in Cheech's chest there. We got the tag.
Jacobs rolls and tags in Whitmer.
A very fresh BJ Whitmer.
Just pulling over both of the Angels here. Now chopping away at Cheech's chest. Grabs hold of his own partner and uses Jimmy Jacobs as a weapon.
Well, that's pretty unique and effective. Then just tosses him down.
And Jacobs doesn't need to have any energy to be put to use. Whitmer now, again with the elbow smash. Takes Deranged down, pulls him back up. Snap suplex, holding on to it. Northern Lights this time with the bridge. But Cheech breaks it up.
And if Jimmy Jacobs was in better condition, he might have been able to stop Cheech there, and this match might have been over.
Forearms to the back of BJ Whitmer. Cheech with the chop. Has Whitmer now. Reversal of the Irish whip. Cheech off the ropes. Elevated. And just drives him down to the canvas. Jacobs caught him out of midair. Out to the floor rolls Cheech. Whitmer's got Deranged.
Who will take on the Carnage Crew tomorrow night in Manhattan?
Running powerbomb. Only two, so close.
Wow. I give Deranged a lot of credit for kicking out of that. I thought that was it.
High impact maneuver.
I think that BJ was called for the Doomsday Rana.
But Jacobs very worn down. He's back up on the apron though and tagged legally back in. They could have that in mind right here.
And what's this? Oh, Lacey.
Lacey getting involved. Reverse Rana right there on Whitmer.
Jimmy Jacobs is in a lot of trouble, and BJ Whitmer's in no condition to help him.
Lacey's Angels playing the numbers game with Lacey and Cloudy at ringside, taking advantage of the official, as right now, what do they have in mind for Jimmy Jacob?
Doomsday Ace Cutter. Cover!
Oh, so close to new champions being crowned. Jacobs able to get his shoulder off.
Cheech is in disbelief. What's it gonna take? The champions, they've taken everything from whether it's Generation Next, the Second City States, the Embassy, Dunn and Marcos, and they keep coming out on top. Can they do it one more time?
Another double team maneuver coming up for Jimmy Jacobs as they place him up top. But BJ Whitmer back to his feet.
It looks they were going for that move that put Jack Evans down.
He's got deranged up on his shoulders. Could we see the Doomsday Rana from the champs? Doomsday Rana!
Cover! The champions retain again. They're going to Manhattan to face the Carnage Crew. We are only going to show you a clip of what just transpired between Jade Chung and Prince Nana. Prince Nana's actions towards Jade Chung were so abusive, so deplorable, and so despicable that we cannot show it to you here on ROH Home Video. In fact, the Outcast Killers immediately quit the Embassy as they refused to be a part of what Prince Nana did to Jade Chung. In fact, Diablo Santiago and Oman Tortuga offered Jade Chung the opportunity to leave with them. However, for whatever reason, Jade Chung refused and stayed with the Embassy. The Outcast Killers, on the other hand, have walked out.
Hey, you go to them and it's through. You'll be back to eating canned tuna, huh? Come on. Come on, come this way. Come on. Come on, David.
Can you feel the intensity, the hatred between these two men?
Crowd here on Long Island definitely behind AJ Styles 100%.
Now look at what Prince Nana's doing to Jade Chung on the outside. That's absolutely disgusting. That has no place in ROH.
It's unbelievable how she puts up with that.
Something that does have a place is that handshake. These two refusing to break the code of honor despite their hatred for each other. AJ taking it right to Jimmy Rave.
Being very aggressive, just tossing him overhead, and smartly, Jimmy Rave rolls underneath the bottom rope and out to the floor to get away from Styles.
Jimmy Rave, of course, is a former protege of AJ Styles. And then after AJ Styles had to leave ROH, Jimmy Rave joined the embassy, ripped off the Styles Clash, started calling it the Rave Clash. It was insult after insult directed to AJ Styles until AJ could finally return at the 3rd anniversary celebration, part 2. Jimmy Rave with a super cheap victory using the aerosol spray to the eyes on that show. AJ finally able to come back to ROH, going through the embassy's paid assassin, Petey Williams, at Death Before Dishonor 3, only to get hit with the Rave Clash after the match by Jimmy Rave.
Jimmy Rave right into the guardrail, trying to walk away from this match, but AJ bringing him back toward the ring.
You know that AJ would love to teach Jimmy Rave a lesson and hit him with the Styles Clash.
Yeah, some thanks shown. You know, he took him under his wing as a mentor of sorts, and Jimmy Rave just insulting AJ Styles when he wasn't even around to defend himself. Well, he's back in Ring of Honor, and he's here for some payback.
And he's also here to stay, and we couldn't be happier about that.
Pitches Jimmy Rave back inside the ring.
That was a great match between AJ Styles and Petey Williams at Death Before Dishonor 3. The embassy paid a lot of money to Petey Williams, but it was all for nothing. As AJ Styles is here and he's looking great, beating up Jimmy Rave all over the ringside area and the ring.
And he wants a timeout after that backdrop, but AJ's not going to wait. He's going to keep the fight coming here, kicking away at Jimmy Rave.
AJ Styles waited a long time to get his hands on Jimmy Rave back at the 3rd anniversary celebration week. And now he's waited a long time again, and he's finally going to be able to get some payback. You know that he wants to hit that Styles Clash.
He's certainly going to have to fight for it. Trying to soften up Jimmy Rave right here. Elevates him, drives him right across the knee with the backbreaker, and a second time.
He's trying to snap Jimmy Rave in half.
Round of applause from the fans as he works over the back of Jimmy Rave. Of course, Rave hitting that Styles Clash on AJ after that last show.
Unbelievable.
Trademark maneuver of AJ Styles. Great elevation on the knee drop.
He's getting his payback here. Mike Keener, 2 count only.
A little hesitant to go for the cover. Not necessarily thinking that he's going to get the win right there, but he's staying focused, staying on the man, making him exert that energy to kick out as he fires away with another shot to the jaw.
We see Jimmy Rave definitely feeling the effects of that. AJ going for minor high impact offense.
Belly to back suplex right down to the canvas.
AJ Styles, he's so athletic, the master of high force, high velocity, high impact offense. Prince Nana looking on along with his bodyguard, the Killer Cool.
Well, as a result of the Outcast Killers leaving the embassy, at least that gives AJ a little bit more of an advantage than he would have otherwise had tonight, because the embassy, known for having all of its members at ringside, getting involved, taking the attention of the referee, at least there's 2 less people at ringside to help Jimmy Rave out.
I just want to say that I'm very proud of the Outcast Killers for walking out. They refused to be a part of Prince Nana's abuse of Jade Chung. And you know, they have no guarantees of jobs here at ROH. They had a guarantee of a job as a member of the embassy, but they chose to give that up because they were so outraged by what Prince Nana has been doing to Jade Chung. And I definitely admire that out of the Outcast Killers of Diablo Santiago and Omar Tortuga.
Jimmy Rave meant nothing but the guardrail right there as AJ picks him back up and brings it right back inside the ring. That's what he's got to do.
Jimmy Rave needs to start mounting some offense soon. We got another cover. 2 count for Mike Keener.
You know, as proud as we might be of the Outcast Killers for wising up and leaving the embassy, I'm a little disappointed that Jade Chung continues to put up with the abuse from Prince Nana.
I don't get it, Dave, and I don't know why she does.
AJ Styles, where he was setting up for that drop kick. Jimmy Rave hesitated, came charging right into the leg lariat from Styles.
Cover.
Only gets 2.
And now he's just looking at trying to disfigure Jimmy Rave. And Prince Nana pulling the hair of Jay Chung. Can we get the camera off that? That has no place in ROH.
There's no place in society.
No, you're right, Dave. That's absolutely disgusting. It's immoral.
Vertical suplex from the Phenomenal One, dropping him down. AJ being very methodical and picking apart Rave here.
He's having fun right now. He's waited a long time to get this revenge, and he is doing it.
And he's just trying to soften him up in an attempt to go for that Styles Clash. He knows he's not going to be able to hit it right off the bat. He is the inventor of the maneuver. He is the one that made it famous, despite Jimmy Rave's claims.
You notice, so Prince Nana definitely serving the distraction to AJ Styles there. AJ has to keep focused on Jimmy Rave. Rave proved in that CM Punk feud that he's very dangerous and can pull out victories at any time.
Headbutts now from AJ. Right to the neck, softening up that neck.
He's calling for it, the Styles Clash, the one and only.
Can he get it? Rave trying to block it. Clubbing forearm across the back. Doesn't quite have him ready for it just yet.
Oh, a low blow headbutt there with the back of the head.
Out to the floor goes Styles.
Jimmy Rave ducking that clothesline attempt, and AJ was doing it with so much velocity that the momentum took it outside the ring.
Baseball slide drop kick from Rave. As again, both of these wrestlers out on the floor.
Rave is in control now. Rave has proved that he can take a beating. He did so against CM Punk, whether it was that steel cage match at Nowhere to Run, whether it was a dog collar match at Manhattan Mayhem, whether it was any of their singles matches, including those big victory in Chicago at 3rd Anniversary Celebration Part 3. Jimmy Rave proves his worth in that feud against CM Punk.
Styles hard into that steel barricade once again. Jimmy Rave has certainly improved as a wrestler during the past year or so, but his career has certainly been helped out by his association with Nana, because it does help to have a manager in the corner, to have people at ringside to help you out.
Well, the one thing Jimmy Rave never really had was confidence. He had a shaky start, and he learned some valuable lessons when he was AJ Styles' protege. In fact, when AJ Styles was forced to leave Ring of Honor, Jimmy Rave actually fell off the roster, lost his spot due to losing some matches. Prince Nana brought him back, and Prince Nana has instilled confidence in Jimmy Rave. That confidence is showing right here.
That confidence has turned into cockiness, as right now he's in command of the matchup with the vertical suplex on Styles. Cover. No, AJ kicks out.
Can you imagine if Jimmy Rave is to be able to defeat AJ Styles on 2 occasions?
Solid kick to the back of AJ. Not a very wise cover. AJ able to bridge up, get his shoulders off the mat.
And once again, Prince Nana dragging Jay Chung by the hair. We have to do something about this. This just cannot continue. I'm embarrassed to be a part of this.
You can see some of the disgusted looks on the faces of the fans at ringside, just watching what's going on at ringside.
I'm watching in horror.
Crowd getting behind Styles.
What a great crowd we have here in the Long Island debut. It's a shame to have to see what's going on the floor.
AJ off the ropes. Going for the German suplex. Rave trying to block. Schoolboy. Only gets 2 and Nana up on the apron. Sleeper hold applied by Styles. But Rave sends him into the buckle. And a Northern Lariat right to the back of the neck.
Oh, and AJ landed face first hard on the mat. That could cause perhaps even a broken cheekbone, if not some bruising on the face of AJ Styles.
Couldn't even see the maneuver coming. He's right now just choking away.
And there's that cockiness of Jimmy Rave. Prince Nana once again posing a distraction. And why is Jay Chung even putting up with this? Why doesn't she just walk out? Prince Nana is so pleased with himself. Absolutely disgusting.
Rave continues the assault on Styles. Referee Mike Keener warning about the closed fist. And again, just choking away. Prince Nana is very pleased with himself. Very pleased with Jimmy Rave. And gets a cheap shot in as the referee's attention is diverted.
Dave, after this match, I got to go deal with CM Punk in the locker and see who he's going to defend the belt against. And we are going to have Lenny Leonard make his ROH commentary debut in the second half. I'm looking forward to that one.
Ray firing away on AJ Styles. To the back he goes. Shot right to the mouth. And again, open that fist. Get in there, Keener.
Rave better stop playing to the crowd and start worrying about AJ Styles.
Wasted too much time as AJ got the boot up. Connects with the elbow. Rave comes charging, staying on his feet. Big clothesline. Looked like he was going for from dusk till dawn, but AJ able to counter out of it. But he got caught with that clothesline and a near fall for Rave.
These two, of course, have a long history with each other and are very familiar with each other's moves. They know how to counter. Rave once again dictating the pace, in control. This is that confidence that Brookston has instilled in him.
Trying to wear AJ down.
Questionable tactics, though, as I believe he had the fingers in the mouth of AJ and was pulling.
Very methodical. Jimmy Rave picking AJ back up off the canvas. Has yet to go for the Rave clash.
There's one of those big punches from Jimmy Rave.
AJ just tied up in the ropes here, trying to hold on as Rave has hold of the legs as he slingshots AJ throat first into the second rope.
Cover.
AJ hanging in there. Jimmy Rave taking issue with Mike Keener's count.
Jimmy Rave has to start thinking about going for the victory and putting away AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of the best in the business today. You have to get the victory when it's right there for you.
Several shots to the midsection and a chop across the chest. Rave fires back. Exchange of chops in the center of the ring, and AJ connects with a kick right upside the head of Rave, and he looks to be out of it. But AJ very worn down after Rave's assault, can't follow up immediately, trying to get his wits.
AJ Styles can put you away at any time with that high impact offense.
Double count administered by Keener. AJ back to his feet. Rave back up. Big clothesline from Styles. Picks Rave back up off the canvas. Vertical suplex position. Brainbuster.
Cover.
No, Rave able to kick out.
Prince Nana looking a little worried on the outside, and I don't blame him.
AJ sort of getting his second wind here. See if he can keep the momentum in his favor.
Can he get that Styles clash?
Going for a pump handle right here. As again, Nana abusing Jay Chung on the floor. Drives the midsection of Jimmy Rave right over the knee. Oh, but he only gets two.
Both men have taken a beating in this one, and they are definitely worn down. This could be all about who hits this Rave or Styles clash, whatever you call it, who hits it first.
Elevates Styles, lands on the apron. Forearm shot to Jimmy Rave. The agility of Styles shown right here, catches the head. Going for that inverted DDT. Rave held onto that top rope, running knee strike. No, only two. Trying to pull AJ into the middle of the ring. Hooks the leg. No, he gets his shoulder up. AJ not able to hit that trademark moonsault into the inverted DDT. He was too close to the ropes, and Jimmy Rave was able to hook that top rope to prevent himself from being taken down.
He's signaling for the Rave clash.
Just trying to rub it in AJ's face once again. This time trying to do it without that aerosol spray. What a drop kick from Styles!
Everything AJ Styles does is so hard-hitting.
One of the best drop kicks in the business, got all of it right to the mouth of Rave.
And you notice Rave rolled to underneath the rope, trying to get himself some breathing time here, trying to get his wind back.
The Killer Cruel trying to encourage Rave to stay in this match as AJ Styles crawls toward his opponent.
Rave definitely trying to buy some time there, but AJ right on top of him.
Has hold of the hair at Jimmy Rave. They're in Canadian territory here. Picking him back up. What could he have in mind?
No, not on that ring right there. There's no padding at that part.
Trying to block it. AJ elevates him. Jimmy Rave back inside the ring. Forearm shot. Hits the ropes. Springboard. Shoulder tackle from AJ Styles. Great agility.
Cover.
Jimmy Rave able to kick out.
Boy, both these men have really taken a beating in this one. You can see the hatred between the two.
What could AJ have in mind? Pulls Jimmy Rave away from the ropes, and it looks like he's going to climb the turnbuckle.
Perhaps that spiral tap.
No, Rave back to his feet. Connects with the forearm shot. Headbutt now. Several of them from Jimmy Rave.
Jimmy Rave firing back on his former mentor.
Possible superplex coming up. But AJ with shots to the midsection of Rave. And down he goes. AJ up top, but referee had his back turned to Styles as Prince Nana took his balance away from him. Crotched on the top turnbuckle.
I'm getting really sick and tired of Prince Nana.
Rave trying to get back up. AJ feeling the effects.
What's he setting up for?
Up on the shoulders here. And just drops him on the top turnbuckle once again.
He's trying to soften up that rib cage for the Rave Clash.
Big spear right into the corner.
More impact on the rib cage.
But AJ kicks out.
That could have been it right there, as AJ might be having a hard time breathing right now.
But as you said, it does a lot of damage to the midsection, softening him up for the Rave Clash. And that's exactly what he's going to go for right here.
AJ signaling for it. It's all over if he hits it.
No, AJ trying to block. Forearm in the back from Rave.
Rolls him up.
And he got him! Countered out of the Rave Clash into a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. AJ with the victory.
AJ Styles opting to go for the pin there. Perhaps his ribs are really hurt, as he just went to put Jimmy Rave away as soon as he could. Nobody be able to hit the Rave Clash or the Styles Clash. AJ, though, evening up the score. Jimmy Rave with 1 win on AJ Styles. AJ Styles now has 1 win on Jimmy Rave. I don't think we've seen the last of this one.
And Prince Nana is irate.
Oh, I'd hate to be Jade Chung if Prince Nana is irate. You know that he's going to take it out on her. Why does Jade Chung even put up with it? Let's hold on. We got Rave and AJ. They're having words with each other.
Oh, this is not over. Not by a long shot.
It might continue right here, right now.
AJ Styles has evened the score, but
AJ better watch out because the Killer Cool is ready to jump right in. And what's Prince Nana doing?
trying to attack from behind, but AJ.
Prince Nana's going to get the Styles Clash.
Yeah, do it. Give it to him.
And what?
Oh, that's a plastic bag. He's trying to suffocate AJ Styles. A plastic bag over the head.
Choke him out. Choke him out. Choke him out. Choke him out. Come on. Get him, Jimmy. Come on, get off him, Jimmy. Come on. Get him, get off him, Ray. I hope you die. Come on, Jimmy, jump. I'm telling you, get out of here.
Introducing first, from Savannah, Georgia, weighing 232 pounds, Cordell Walker.
We're back from intermission as we're set for Nigel McGuinness to take on Vordell Walker. Jimmy Bauer has returned to the locker room to try to find out just who CM Punk will defend the ROH World title against tonight. Maybe get some answers. Joining me at this time in the commentary position, the voice of Full Impact Pro, making his ROH commentary debut, Lenny Leonard. Good to have you here.
Nice to be here, Dave Prazak. Fortunate for me to be involved in my first match here at Ring of Honor with a man I'm very familiar with, the hottest prospect in the sport today, FIP zone shooter, Vordell Walker.
And of course, Samoa Joe has seen a lot in Vordell Walker, seen just the potential that he might have to go places in this business. And as of late, Nigel McGuinness has been involved in that series of matches and confrontations with classic Colt Cabana. You know that Nigel wants his hands on Cabana.
Matt Hardy, version 1, is coming. And get ready. Matt Hardy, Christopher Daniels, dream match. And Fallen Angel, be prepared for a double dose of Mattitude.
Are we back?
I think we're back live.
We got the feedback. Well, Vordell Walker with the forearm strike on Nigel, but he takes his head off with the clothesline.
Nigel McGuinness coming from the left side about took Vordell Walker right out of his boots. Both men down. Referee starting the count here. The fans solidly behind Nigel McGuinness here.
Of course, Nigel McGuinness had that classic competitive matchup against Colt Cabana at the 3rd anniversary celebration part 2. And there was that accidental low blow at Manhattan Mayhem. They faced off once again at Nowhere to Run, where Cabana was busted open with a headbutt, and then Nigel purposefully hit a low blow on Cabana. We see them in tag team matches, and tomorrow night in Manhattan, they will do battle in a European rules match. Cabana wants his hands on Nigel, but CM Punk tonight signed Cabana into that matchup against the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, sort of using his own influence to get his Second City Saints partner into the matchup against Daniels, to use him as sort of someone to soften up Christopher Daniels before he can get his hands on Punk.
McGuinness sends Vordell in the corner and follows him up. Vordell catches him with a couple of boots, up and over. Vordell Walker showing some quickness here. Ducks the clothesline, go behind Big German with a bridge. You might have him here. 1, 2, oh!
Nice flurry of offense here from Vordell Walker. Almost had Nigel, but not quite enough. You know, there's maybe a little bit of dissension between Punk and Cabana as of late. Of course, Punk no-showed Good Times, Great Memories. Finally, Cabana was going to have him on the show, and he didn't even show up last time.
Yeah, that's far from finish right there as Nigel follows him up with a big forearm, bolo forearm uppercut there, European style. Driving him into the corner, Vordell Walker there in a bad way. Referee trying to get the clean break. Nigel gives him a quick one and fouls him up with a forearm shot right to the rib cage. Reversal by Walker sends him to the corner. Nigel comes off. Ace cutter right there. He might have him. Hooks the leg. Walker might have him here. 1, 2.
No, Nigel gets his shoulder up. This match is a big opportunity for Vordell Walker to really work his way up the ranks. Nigel McGuinness has been doing quite well as of late, and Vordell needs to get some victories here to continue his rise in the ROH ranks.
Vordell going to the top. Nigel was a long way away. Might have been a mistake there as Nigel's able to get to the top. Has Vordell in a bad way here and drives the shoulder right into the face of Vordell. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3.
Nigel McGuinness with the victory.
Nigel McGuinness.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry.
From Hanover, West Virginia, weighing 195 pounds, James Gibson.
G is. I'm the greatest of all times. I'ma say it just like Ali did.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The evil genius! The champ is here!
Come on.
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing 270 pounds, he is the Ring of Honor World Wrestling Champion, Samoa Joe!
It's now time for one of the biggest four-corner survivals in ROH history. The first ball wins it. James Gibson versus Homicide versus former ROH World Champion Austin Aries versus former ROH World Champion and current Pure Champion Samoa Joe. Julius Smokes in the corner of Homicide.
Four of the top players here in Ring of Honor to do battle.
So many issues in this one, so many matchups. Even James Gibson versus Austin Aries, they had those two absolutely awesome title matches at stalemate in the final showdown. Two of the best matches that I've seen this year. James Gibson, of course, frustrated both times. Let's see if he can get some little bit of payback on Austin Aries here. Now, of course, I just came back from the locker room, and the mood backstage is tense to say the least. I couldn't find CM Punk. Maybe he's running away in a car again or something. I do know that Cole Cabana, he feels like that his friend is taking advantage of him by putting him in that Christopher Daniels match, taking advantage of the friendship there. He's not too happy about wrestling Christopher Daniels later on today, but he'll do it, and he says that he will put up a fight and give Daniels all he can get. James Gibson, of course, is irate. We saw that earlier in the first segment on this show. Samoa Joe's not too happy these days either. Christopher Daniels wants his shot at Punk. He is irate. There is no telling who will get the title shot later on tonight. Could be one of these four.
Gibson rigging away on the arm of Austin Aries. Yeah, so many rivalries renewed in this matchup. Of course, Samoa Joe and Homicide standing across the ring from one another.
That's one of the most intense feuds in the history of ROH, going all the way back to 2003.
And of course, tomorrow night, the Pure title will be on the line as Samoa Joe is set to defend against Austin Aries. So they're standing across the ring from one another here in this matchup as well.
And you know that they are going to work to soften each other up.
Gibson rolling out of it, cartwheels, gonna turn it around on Aries, tosses him overhead, holding out of that wrist lock.
Real quick, Dave, you know what time it is.
To pay the bills.
Time to pay the bills.
Man.
ROHWrestling.com, 215-781-2500 for all your wrestling merchandise needs. Much more than ROH merchandise. The Straight Shooting Series, the best shooting interviews anywhere. Check out Straight Shooting with Terry Funk and Shane Douglas, Straight Shooting with Jim Mitchell, Straight Shooting with Francine. Get all the scoops on ECW and those shoot interviews. The Straight Shooting Series, and of course for all aspiring wrestlers, the Secrets of the Ring series, Secrets of the Ring with Raven Volume 2 out now, plus lots of indie promotion DVDs, including FIP, OVW TV tapes. Maybe those tapes will feature certain somebody pretty soon. And lots more IWC, BCW, WWE DVDs, TNA DVDs, shirts, figures, Japanese merchandise, lots more, ROHWrestling.com.
Aries off the ropes, bowls over Gibson with the shoulder tackle. Gibson quickly back to his knees, and Homicide wants a little action here.
I tell you what, Dave, I really learned a lot in that Straight Shooting Series featuring Terry Funk and Shane Douglas together. I was like being a fly on the wall in a conversation between those two. A lot about ECW and a basic education on the wrestling business and the state of the industry today.
First, the same can be said about a lot of the Straight Shooting Series.
It's an all-star list. Check it out.
Gibson firing away with the chop across the chest of the former ROH World Champion. Backs him into the corner. Sends him across the ring. Aries up and over in the corner. Rolls to the opposite corner. Caught the waist lock. German suplex, but Aries on his feet. And connects with Gibson. Chopping across the chest now. Reversal of the Irish whip. Aries off the ropes. Cuts the clothesline. Springboard elbow. Connects. Gibson right back up and knocks Aries down. Both of these men just one step ahead of one another.
Austin Aries has to have Alex Shelley on the back of his mind after what we saw between Shelley and Roderick Strong earlier tonight. I thought Shelley was still out with an injury. He made that surprise appearance and attacked Roderick Strong earlier tonight.
Well, he hasn't lost his focus and getting some payback to his former partners in Generation Next.
Alex Shelley, of course, was put out at New Frontiers by Austin Aries and Roderick Strong when they dumped him off that stretcher. I thought he was going to be out for a couple more months, but he's back and looking for revenge as Austin Aries tags in Homicide. Homicide and James Gibson have a growing issue with each other. The future is now on June the 12th, saw Homicide defeat Gibson after a low blow. Gibson is not too happy about that. He wants to get his win back. These two had some intense altercations at the last show, Death Before Dishonor 3, and that four-corner survival.
Homicide very cautious, exits the ring, maybe trying to get in Gibson's head here. Pointing at Samoa Joe.
The feud is back on, Joe against Homicide. We actually saw it in 2002. We saw it intensified. We saw the war in 2003. The war absolutely exploded in 2004.
Literally right in the face of Samoa Joe with that fireball.
That's right, reborn stage 1. And now it's back on. It kick-started again at Manhattan Mayhem back on May the 7th.
Crowd solidly behind Samoa Joe. And that's getting him ahead of Homicide a little bit.
Homicide taking his time, trying to dictate the pace here. Who will ever forget the battles between these two? Whether it was Death Before Dishonor 2 Part 1, Do or Die, the original Do or Die back in 2003, one war after another.
Of course, you got the very intimidating Julius Smokes in the corner with that baseball bat.
And he's always going to play a factor.
Joe on Homicide, collar and elbow tie up Homicide with the side headlock, sent off the ropes, caught by Samoa Joe, but he takes the big man over with the arm. Back into the corner, reversal of the whip, Homicide into the buckle, and Joe comes charging, up to the second rope he goes, monkey flip. Homicide back to his feet, off the ropes comes Joe and takes Homicide over with the arm grab. Now Joe, low soaring, no! Out to the floor, look at where is Homicide?
He's disappeared. Julius Smokes posing distraction. I believe Homicide was under the ring.
And as he was going for that tope con hilo, Samoa Joe caught him as he was going through the ropes.
And Homicide tagged out to Austin Aries, and he's out of there.
The attempt at the distraction of Julius Smokes did not really work in Homicide's favor there. Joe one step ahead.
It was a good plan on paper. Didn't quite materialize, as now we have our preview of tomorrow night's pure title match, Samoa Joe and Austin Aries. You want to talk about history, it was Austin Aries who ended Samoa Joe's 21-month reign as ROH World Champion back at Final Battle 2004.
With the Brainbuster 450 splash combination. Of course, he was able to defeat Samoa Joe once again in Chicago in the rematch.
Third anniversary celebration part 3.
So tomorrow night, things are sort of in Austin Aries' favor in terms of a one-loss record between these two, in terms of will we see a new pure champion crown?
Austin Aries was even there to help Mick Foley in Foley's war against Samoa Joe.
Big body slam from Samoa Joe off the ropes. He comes. Good elevation, driving the elbow down into the chest.
That can cave in your chest.
Gibson tagged in.
Now you might ask yourself, why would Samoa Joe tag out here? Well, he knows Austin Aries is down and hurt, so Samoa Joe probably sees this opportunity to take a breather and let James Gibson do some damage to Austin Aries as he did right there with that backdrop.
Near fall right there for Gibson. Quick leg drop right down across the throat. And again. Precision leg drops, doing a lot of damage to Aries.
You know James Gibson wants to get that pin on Austin Aries. They went to that double pin back at stalemate, and Austin Aries managed to squeak out the victory in that classic at the final showdown.
Drives the shoulder into the midsection, firing away on Austin Aries. Pulls him out of the corner, does Gibson. Sent to the ropes. Aries comes up. Gibson ducked his head and paid the price. As now Aries chopping away at the chest. Open hand strike. Maybe looking for the brainbuster right here, but Gibson using his leverage to block.
You see all those eyes of those fans glued on this action.
Small package.
Two count only.
Both men back up. Clothesline from Aries. Takes Gibson down to the canvas.
You have 4 superstars in this ring. You want to talk about star power? 4 main eventers right here.
Perhaps the most high-profile four-corner survival in ROH history right here.
The only one that could really compare to this would be the crowning a champion 1-hour Ironman match to crown the first ROH champion back in 2002. That one, of course, with Doug Williams, Spanky, Christopher Daniels, and Loki. As there's Julius Smokes, once again posing distraction.
Homicide grabs hold of the head of James Gibson. Vertical suplex right into a cover. Nicely done by Homicide.
James Gibson and Homicide, they had that classic at The Future Is Now. James Gibson wants to get his pin back.
Butterflying the arms, Homicide, butterfly suplex. Doing a lot of damage to the back of Gibson. Drives the knee into the back, pulling back on the chin lock. Trying to take the energy out of James Gibson here.
This crowd getting behind Gibson.
It's been said so many times about how James Gibson has been putting in such strong showings, such epic matches during his time in Ring of Honor thus far, that he's the MVP of 2005. What a big victory would be to win this four-corner survival tonight.
Well, Gibson needs to start getting some victories. He suffered some cheap losses, but they're losses in the record book nonetheless.
Julius Smokes pitches him back inside the ring after getting in a few shots.
Homicide now ripping at the eye. That's illegal. Mike Keener right on top of it.
Vintage Rottweilers right there. Dropping the leg across the throat right on that ring apron.
Homicide, of course, is the leader of the Rottweilers. The Don, the godfather of the Rottweilers. And now Smokes and Joe getting in each other's faces.
If I was Julius Smokes, I wouldn't want to anger Samoa Joe.
Well, Smokes will stab you right out there.
Jockeying for position right by the ring announcer's table here.
What's Gibson trying to do?
The back of Homicide driven right into the edge of the table as it buckles underneath his weight.
Look at the pain on the face of Homicide.
If Gibson can get it back inside the ring, lock in a submission hold, something to put some pressure on that back, he can have the victory right here.
Gibson loves to use that guillotine choke. Gibson, though, look at him. He's worn down. He needs a tag.
Homicide connecting with a kick and very wisely tags himself out of the match.
Here comes Austin Aries. He suffered that heartbreaking title loss at the last show. Death Before Dishonor 3. Can he rebound? 2 count only.
Side slam, can't put him away, but a lot of punishment has been dished out to James Gibson the past several minutes. As right now it's Aries with him in the center of the ring, twisting away on the neck, trying to soften it up for the brainbuster.
Austin Aries had an incredible title reign. 20 defenses. 10 different states, 5 different promotions, or 5 different countries, excuse me. Defending the belt in Mexico against Super Crazy and Ricky Marvin. Defending it in Canada, in Europe. Going to territories, defending it there, and taking on all the best in ROH, including Samoa Joe, James Gibson, and Homicide. The schedule is just too much for Aries, though. It's definitely worn down, and Easter comes to CM Punk at Death Before Dishonor 3.
Looking for position right here. Belly to back suplex. Drops him right on his neck. Samoa Joe in to break up the pinfall attempt.
It'd be really interesting to see if Austin is still on a downer from dropping the title. Can he rebound? What kind of athlete is he? What kind of mental makeup does he have?
Well, as historic of a title reign as Samoa Joe had, Aries almost topped it in some people's minds because he defended it on a more frequent basis against more competitors in more areas.
It was a relentless schedule, a grueling schedule, and it eventually wore Aries down.
Right now it's Samoa Joe. Back chop, kick to the chest. Off the ropes he comes and drives the knee down on a James Gibson.
James Gibson and Samoa Joe were involved in one. We got a caller.
And Aries in the ring. to break up the pin attempt if he needed to.
I was going to say that these two were involved in what I consider the greatest pure title match ever at New Frontier. Samoa Joe coming out victorious in that one. Can you imagine if Austin Aries is able to win this match and then able to beat Samoa Joe for the pure title tomorrow night? I mean, that's the mark of a true champion right there.
And it would prove that Austin Aries certainly does have Samoa Joe's number in Ring of Honor. Modification of the abdominal stretch with Gibson on his knees.
You know that Homicide and Aries are enjoying this one, watching it on the ringside, seeing Samoa Joe exert the effort, and James Gibson take punishment. Gibson has a hold though.
Firing back to the midsection of Samoa Joe. Gibson off the ropes, but Joe takes out his legs. Back down he goes, and a shove for Homicide. Does that count as a tag? I believe so.
Looks like Mike Keener's calling it a tag.
Homicide going for the cover, but Aries in to break it up.
I'm looking around the crowd right now to see if I can see Alex Shelley. I don't know whether he's left the building or not.
Well, considering Austin Aries is standing on that ring apron, I would say that Alex Shelley certainly has his eyes on this match. Because right now it's Homicide. More pressure put on the back of the neck and the back of James Gibson right here.
James Gibson is just getting worn out in this contest.
But he keeps fighting back. He's working his way back to his feet. Northern Lights suplex. Nice bridge. But only gets two. As much punishment as he's taken, he keeps fighting. It shows what kind of a competitor Gibson is.
Samoa Joe reaching for that tag.
Can Gibson tag? He needs to get himself out of that ring, shake off the effects of this relentless assault by all of his opponents. Homicide ducks his head. Sunset flip by Gibson, but only gets two.
You know, I talked about earlier how Samoa Joe tagged out to let everyone else beat up on James Gibson. Samoa Joe might be getting a little bit too concerned. Yes, that Gibson might have been in position to be defeated, so he's giving Gibson a breather now and taking it to Homicide.
Flurry of offense from Samoa Joe. But Homicide fires back with the forearm strike. Chop across the chest. Reversal of the whip. Homicide into the buckle. Joe comes charging right to the elbow. Second turnbuckle on the inside. It's Homicide with the swinging DDT. Joe counters. Power slam. 2 count and Austin Aries in to break up the pin.
It's that thin line you have to walk in these matches between letting your opponents do damage to the other men in the match and letting them stay in there too long and letting one of them get the victory.
Pulls Homicide back up. Samoa Joe sends him across the ring. Homicide into the buckle. Knee strike from Joe. And somebody's got a dirty face. Connects with Aries. And connects with the notorious 187. And Gibson, luckily, able to at least spend a minute or so on the apron, trying to regain some energy, and now he's got a little bit more, firing away on Homicide. Short arm clothesline. Pulls him back up. Plants him with the slam. Cover. Homicide, able to kick out.
baby! I love it!
Gibson picking Homicide back up. Elevates him, Homicide staying on his feet. Ace Crusher.
Everyone's pulling out the high impact moves as I believe that was a tag from Homicide to Aries.
Aries goes right for a cover on Gibson.
Aries isn't messing around in there.
Trying to pick Gibson back up.
Once again, another hold to wear down James Gibson. How much punishment can he take? Aries now trying to grind that forearm into the side of Aries, causing more pain.
Once again, the competitors in this matchup utilizing the abdominal stretch to wear down James Gibson. But he hip tosses his way out of it. Elbow drop, but nobody home. Aries back to his feet. Neck breaker from Gibson. He's got Aries down. Mike Keeter applies a count on both men. Gibson needs to get himself back out of the ring. Tags Samoa Joe. Homicide tags himself in as well. Chops from Samoa Joe for both Homicide and Aries. Aries now reverses the whip. Samoa Joe into the corner. Aries charges and plants him. Samoa Joe
Aries might have saved himself as he slipped a little bit there.
Big clothesline from Samoa Joe. Goes for the cover. No, only two. Gibson takes this opportunity, knocks Samoa Joe out to the floor.
Gibson looks like he wants to go airborne. No, there's Homicide.
Chin breaker from Homicide puts a stop to Gibson.
Tope con Hilo.
Austin Aries, the only wrestler inside the ring.
I've completely lost track on who the legal man is.
Samoa Joe out on the floor. Homicide standing over him. And connects with the headbutt.
The heat-seeking missile.
Driving Homicide right into the steel barricade. And now Gibson looking to take flight as well. Another Hilo off the top rope to the floor by James Gibson. Samoa Joe back inside the ring as his three opponents lay on the floor.
Is the big man gonna fly?
The crowd here on Long Island wants to see Samoa Joe connect. Twisting body press to the floor. All four of the men involved in this matchup giving it all they've got for the victory.
This four-corner survival definitely living up to billing.
Samoa Joe connects with a headbutt on Homicide and now picking James Gibson back up off the floor. Gotta get the action back inside the ring.
All four men are really worn down at this point. They have to start looking to hit their finishers.
And you gotta think that James Gibson is the most worn down of the four at this point.
Of course, you have Homicide. He loves to use the cop killer and the lariat to finish off opponents. Taking Joe out of the ring now.
Reversal of the whip on the floor and Homicide right into the barricade. Aries head over heels into the steel.
His neck could have snapped on the floor there.
Joe going to work on Aries. He knows that he's got Aries tomorrow night with the pure title on the line. Needs to soften up the challenger right here.
And the ole ole kick will do just that.
What impact! Fans want to see it one more time as he takes his attention to James Gibson.
Samoa Joe taking him out one by one.
Samoa Joe sets up Gibson. But before he can connect, Homicide blindside Samoa Joe and drives him into the barricade. Good strategy by Homicide. Joe was so focused on Gibson, he forgot about his other opponents.
Now what's Homicide gonna do? An ole ole kick from Homicide? No, this is just insulting to Samoa Joe.
Homicide just connecting with that barricade backdrop as he came charging, and now it's Joe and Gibson inside the ring.
Powerbomb.
Going to the STF. He's got it cinched in. Will Gibson tap out? Aries breaks it up. Big slap right across the face of Aries. Gibson's been so worn down during this matchup, the STF could have earned Joe the victory right there if it weren't for Austin Aries. Now palm strikes right across the face. Gibson trying to continue fighting, but he collapses. How is he still going? knee strike.
Big German.
Only gets 2.
What strength by James Gibson to hit that German suplex.
James Gibson exemplifying the never say die attitude of Ring of Honor. As right now Mike Keener applies a count on both Gibson and Samoa Joe, struggling to get back to their feet. Right into the guillotine choke. But Samoa Joe with his power drives Gibson into the corner.
And Aries just tagged himself in. He's going for that brain buster.
No, can't get him up.
No one will ever forget the brain buster 450 Combat Final Battle 2004.
A little help from James Gibson. Brainbuster.
Cover!
Gibson breaks it up.
That's what's so unique about these four corner survivals. You saw Gibson and Aries cooperating, and then Gibson trying to break it up.
Forearm for Gibson. Aries up top.
He could be going for that 450.
But homicide just sends Aries into the barricade. Off comes the elbow pad. Homicide looking for the lariat from behind. Lariat from Homicide.
That's it.
Gibson back in. Clotheslines Homicide. They both tumble over the top to the floor. 450 from Aries. Austin Aries pins Samoa Joe once again.
That is going to give Austin Aries a lot of momentum going into tomorrow night's pure title match in Manhattan. Samoa Joe took a double brain buster, the lariat, the 450. So it's just too much for the big man.
Austin Aries has Samoa Joe's number.
It's Shelley.
Big super kick from Alex Shelley for Austin Aries. He certainly had his eyes on this matchup. He hasn't forgotten about Generation Next and what they did to him.
Alex Shelley getting a measure of revenge tonight on both Roderick Strong and Austin Aries. And what's this? Homicide and James Gibson. They're brawling to the back. Things are exploding between them.
bell, and some things never change. Christopher Daniels refusing to shake hands, as it will be his first official match back in an ROH wrestling ring since January 2004. The battle lines are drawn in Wilmington, Ohio, when the Prophecy and the Second City Saints did battle in that epic six-man matchup. The Pepsi plunged through the table, courtesy of the Saints, put Daniels out of Ring of Honor. He's back in action, going after classic Colt Cabana. Jimmy Bowers back in the locker room, trying to find CM Punk. And joining me once again at the commentary table, Lenny Leonard.
Obvious Christopher Daniels, pointing to his neck there, has a long memory. He remembers what the Second City Saints did to him back in Ohio. Colt Cabana seeming like he wants to make amends here. Daniels having none of it at the onset of this match.
Well, Cabana is certainly more focused on Nigel McGuinness as of late. The only reason that he's involved in this matchup is the fact that Punk sort of took advantage of the friendship. He signed Colt Cabana to this matchup against Daniels in hopes that maybe he'd do a little bit of damage to the Fallen Angel before Punk would have to step foot in the ring with him.
Daniels, I'm sure, wanted to get his hands on both members of the Second City Saints. He's going to start off with Colt Cabana before he makes his way on to CM Punk. We're going to get a clean break here from Colt Cabana in the corner.
Of course, Christopher Daniels made his surprise return at the last event, Death Before Dishonor 3, in New Jersey. I thought that we were going to see an impromptu title match between CM Punk and Christopher Daniels at the end of that show, but CM Punk, after winning the title from Austin Aries, running out of the building with the belt, and this will be the first matchup back for Christopher Daniels, but he made no bones about it. The man that he's after is the man that put him out of ROH for over a year, and that man is CM Punk.
Colt Cabana again trying to offer the hand of friendship to Chris Daniels. Daniels will have none of it. They're about to lock it up here again in the center of the ring. Collar and elbow tie-up.
Of course, we have Allison Danger in the corner for months on end. She claimed that the Prophecy was going to be reformed, that it had not died, and I guess she was right all along, back at the side of the Fallen Angel.
Cabana controlling Daniels with a side headlock there in the center of the ring. Cabana, his eyes firmly set on Nigel McGuinness, but he first has to deal with the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. Nice job hanging on to the side headlock as Daniels tries to fight his way out.
Of course, CM Punk all those times wondering when he was finally going to become a guest on Cabana's Good Times, Great Memories segment, when he was going to finally have him on the show. He was finally scheduled for it last show, and Punk no-show. So, you know, there's no love lost right now between Punk and Cabana. There's some tension between the Saints.
Obviously, that friendship strained. I'm sure this is not going to do anything to further that relationship. Daniels to the big shoulder tackle, bounces right off.
You get another shot. Hit those ropes.
Inviting Christopher Daniels to try it one more time.
This is okay, let's try it. Oh, he saw the trip coming. Daniels saw it coming.
And is able to trip Colt Cabana.
Taste of his own medicine there.
Hey, I'm just trying to have a good time with you.
Of course, Colt Cabana and CM Punk in different mindsets at this point in time. Cabana trying to have a little bit of fun in there. You know, he's not really angry at Christopher Daniels. He extended the hand at the beginning of the matchup. He's trying to make amends for what went down over a year ago. And CM Punk is certainly focused on Christopher Daniels, but he realizes that if he does step foot in the ring with him, that title could be in jeopardy. And we still don't even know who he's going to defend against tonight.
Snapmare takeover, hooks the arms, rolls him up here, only a 2 count.
Cabana gaining control of the matchup, holding Daniels down on the canvas with this chin lock. Senior official Todd Sinclair checking on his condition.
Christopher Daniels making his way back to ROH. Revenge on his mind as he has his sights set on CM Punk.
Of course, Christopher Daniels, one of the founding fathers of Ring of Honor from the very beginning, has been one of the staples of this organization. And looking here in 2005 to once again make an impact. Much like with the return of Spanky in 2005.
Go behind on the roll-up there, Cabana.
And classic Cabana just crawling his way out of that pin attempt. And once again,
going through the legs of Daniels, who's had enough of that, fires him out to the concrete floor.
getting a little frustrated that Cabana is able to escape from every pin attempt. We've seen Cabana use that strategy right there in several of his matches against Nigel McGuinness as of late. It's worked very well for him.
Cabana likes to use that unorthodox offense to try and get in his opponent's heads, and he's trying to do that to Christopher Daniels right now.
Cabana's a very goofy individual, but don't let that fool you. He likes to have fun, but he also is a very skilled wrestler. Both men back inside the ring.
Look at the stare on Christopher Daniels. You want to talk about a guy who is all business inside the ring. Quite the opposite of Colt Cabana.
Well, if he wants the Ring of Honor title, he's got to get through Colt Cabana first. It's all part of CM Punk's strategy. To put as many roadblocks in front of Christopher Daniels as possible to keep him from getting that title match.
Daniels controlling the arm as he drives his shoulder. Cabana's trying to roll through, fight his way out of this. Spreading the legs of Daniels, using his feet to his advantage there, trying to fight his way out, and he does so. And is able to control the arm of Daniels.
It was good agility on Daniels' part, able to hold that, basically doing the splits until Cabana was able to keep control of the arm.
Daniels from the side, driving the knee into Cabana, who covers him. Only a 2 count.
And with that change in CM Punk after winning the title, you got to think that he's even more focused to be all out for himself, that he doesn't really care about the Second City Saints. We've seen that he doesn't really care about Ring of Honor as a whole, hogging the microphone time at the beginning of the show, not allowing any of the other wrestlers to express themselves. All promos were canceled. CM Punk is all about himself, all about going to the WWE, rubbing it right in the face of Ring of Honor officials and wrestlers, signing the contract on the ROH title belt.
Another 2 count by Daniels there. He's just trying to go to work on the arm of Colt Cabana, again, who fights his way out. Nice reversal by Cabana.
And still has that arm trapped right between the legs, and now he's trying to power the shoulders of Daniels down to the canvas, and he was able to for a near fall.
Some people say CM Punk is just using Colt Cabana, maybe abusing that friendship.
He's trying to use Cabana to soften up Christopher Daniels, and it's a wise strategy. But if I were Colt Cabana, I wouldn't be too pleased with what CM Punk has been doing as of late.
Daniels again controlling the arm of Colt Cabana right in the center of the ring. Todd Sinclair looking on.
It's certainly in doubt as to whether or not the Second City Saints are a unit anymore.
Well, I'd be hard-pressed to see Colt Cabana sticking around with CM Punk very long the way he's being used right here. Trying to soften up Chris Daniels for him. Tries to reverse the hip toss. Cabana blocks it. Once again takes over on the arm of Daniels and drives the forearm right across the shoulder.
Cabana has focused on that arm thus far in the matchup very well. He's been working it over and is focusing on that body part. Very wise strategy as Allison Danger shouts encouragement to Daniels. Rolls forward, head scissors, turns the tables on Cabana, but too close to the ropes as he reaches the bottom rope to force the break.
Good ring presence by Cabana there, knowing where he is in the ring at all times. Able to use the ropes to make the break, and once again tries to extend the hand to Chris Daniels, who will have none of it.
Both men back to a standing position. Right back where we started, but you know, Daniels' arm certainly is paying the price at this point in time. Both of these men are very focused. Daniels just needs to get through Cabana. He's just one roadblock that CM Punk has thrown in front of him. Grinding away on that side headlock.
Cabana trying to power his way out here. He has a bit of a strength advantage on Daniels, but Daniels is able to power him right back down and take over again on that headlock.
Trying to fight his way out of it once again. Able to maneuver out of it and into a headlock of his own. Nicely done by Cabana.
Daniels sends him up. Big shoulder tackle by Cabana up and over. And drives the knee right into the midsection of Cabana.
And right there with that maneuver, it could turn the tide of the matchup into the favor of Daniels. Cabana controlled the early opening moments of the match, working over the arm of Daniels, but a couple of shots to the midsection of Cabana, and Daniels is on top.
Another series of knees by Daniels into the midsection, driving all the oxygen right out of the chest cavity of Colt Cabana, who's just gasping for air in the center of the ring, and a big boot to the midsection.
Lateral press by Christopher Daniels, not hooking the leg. Cabana able to work his way out of that pin attempt.
See Cabana there gasping for air, and again now Daniels driving the shoulder into the midsection. 3 times in the corner. Colt Cabana's in a bad way here. Referee putting the count on Daniels, trying to force him to break it up.
Pulling Cabana into the center of the ring. Gut wrench suplex attempt by Daniels right here. No, drives the midsection over the knee, focusing on the ribs and the abdominal region of Cabana.
Cover here by Daniels, only a 2 count.
You got to think that CM Punk, if he is in the locker room right now, is watching that monitor, is peeking his way through that curtain, because this matchup determines his future largely. Whether Cabana is able to neutralize Christopher Daniels, maybe put him out of action, or whether Daniels is able to get through Colt Cabana.
Sooner or later, CM Punk is going to have to deal with Christopher Daniels. It'll be much better for CM Punk if Cabana is able to soften him up here.
Keeping hold of the head of Colt Cabana, shots to the midsection of Daniels.
Daniels still hanging on to that front face lock, and again drives the knee into the midsection, scooping a big slam in the center of the ring.
Daniels in control. Arabian press.
With the leg, once again a 2 count. Cabana's going to make his way to the floor and try and bide him some time here.
Of course, Christopher Daniels known for that best moonsault ever, focusing on the midsection, a version of the moonsault with the Arabian press, but couldn't get the pinfall. And CM Punk has made his way to ringside. He's holding on to the Ring of Honor title, and he has served as a distraction for Christopher Daniels right now. He's forgotten about Cabana. He's going after Punk.
Daniels on the outside, making maybe a mistake here, trying to go after CM Punk. He should be dealing with Colt Cabana.
And now it's a chasing game on the floor. He took his eyes off of Colt Cabana and paid the prices, as now it's Punk putting the boots to Daniels on the floor. And Cabana taking issue with Punk.
Cabana said, "I've got this, don't worry about it."
They're not on the same page right now.
Absolutely not. Once again, pushing CM Punk away from Daniels.
But he has softened up that midsection of Colt Cabana.
You stop, man. It's my match.
Very same time, Cabana's been working over the arm of Christopher Daniels. And now Punk and Cabana having words.
Cabana telling the champ, "This is my match. I've got it."
Might be his match, but it all plays into what CM Punk has in mind. His own strategy. He's all out for himself. There's now a little payback as he goes to work on the midsection of Daniels, kicking away at the head.
Maybe Colt Cabana starting to figure out here that his friend is not so friendly after all.
It's because of his friend that he's even in this matchup rather than facing Nigel McGuinness here tonight. Cabana trying to wear down Christopher Daniels, wrenching back on the neck. Punk and Alice in Danger both at ringside here. If I was Cabana, I'd be a little frustrated even seeing Punk at ringside, because you don't know if he's going to be all out for himself, he's going to try to help him, he's going to try to cost him the matchup.
Series of covers there, all near falls as Daniels is able to kick out. Colt Cabana with friends like CM Punk, who needs enemies.
Punk serving as a distraction to both Daniels and Cabana here. Is Cabana having words with Punk right there that gave Daniels the opportunity to fire back on Colt Cabana right here.
Series of right hands from Daniels. He goes to the ropes, up and over, sunset flip. You might have it here. Only a 2 count.
Both men back up. Swats away the drop kick. Cabana connects with the elbow, and again.
Only a 2 count from Cabana. 3 elbows to the chest of Christopher Daniels. He's unable to put him away as the champ looks on with a smirk on his face.
Just parading around ringside with that title belt. I wonder if he's got his contract in his pocket. He's basically just spit on Ring of Honor as a whole, just flaunting the championship and the fact that he's leaving the company.
He should just go and get it over with already.
Daniels in the ropes. Cabana gives a clean break. He's trying to show that he's changed. He's a changed man. He's not the same Colt Cabana that went to war with the prophecy over a year ago.
Hard whip to the corner. Daniels grabbing the back.
And look at Punk just holding the title belt right in front of Christopher Daniels.
Taunting him with the belt.
Daniels wants to be Ring of Honor World Champion. You know that's his #1 goal, and CM Punk is the only person standing in his way. Well, except for Cabana on this night.
Punk again on the outside, just taunting Christopher Daniels as Cabana again takes over on the arm. Irish whip reversal by Daniels as Cabana hits the buckles hard. Daniels follows up and is caught with a boot.
You'll notice Punk jawing with some of the fans, has his back turned to the ring, almost as if he doesn't care. He just realizes that Daniels is exerting energy here. Falls victim to that suplex right there, but only gets 2, does Cabana.
Cabana now going to the outside, making his way to the top. Todd Sinclair starting to count. Cabana taking his time here, allowing Daniels to get up to a knee. Now he's up to his feet. Daniels able to avoid it.
STO!
Come on, Cabana!
Can't follow up immediately with a cover. As he's very worn down, Punk, I would assume, cheering on Colt Cabana. But they're not really on the same page as of late.
Cabana finally up to a knee. Daniels struggling, grabbing onto the ropes, trying to help himself up. Cabana to his feet now, as is Daniels.
Both men feeling the effects of this matchup.
A series of forearm shots to the face of Cabana by Daniels. And a big clothesline takes down Cabana. And a forearm shot knocks Cabana to the middle. Enziguri!
Daniels getting his second win here. And he has been working over the midsection of Colt Cabana, softening him up for the best moonsault ever. And now it's Daniels going up top.
Cabana a long way away on his knees, finally up to his feet. Daniels with a crossbody off the top.
Oh, I thought he had him right there.
Just a 2 count. Todd Sinclair right there. Daniels thought he had him as well.
Even just a traditional crossbody does damage to that midsection.
He says that's
the
it.
Angel's wings. Now Cabana down to a knee to block.
Forearm shot to the back. Cabana fights back with a boot to the midsection and sends Daniels to the corner, but he's caught with an elbow running into the corner there. Big boot to the face of Daniels as he was caught by Cabana again. Both men down here. CM Punk again with that smirk on his face.
Yeah, I hope he holds on to that title belt nicely here, because he does have to put that title on the line. He hasn't wrestled tonight. He hasn't defended that belt. Both men struggling to get back up.
Both men showing the wear and tear here as they have pounded each other here.
The midsection of Cabana has taken quite a beating.
Big
and he's
right
firing
hand.
back on Daniels here.
Another big right hand from Cabana. Make it 3.
Daniels still on his feet though.
Cabana winding up and he's caught with a right hand from Daniels. Roller uppercut rocks Daniels by Cabana. These two are just trading shots in the center now.
And both are staying on their feet. Another European uppercut.
There we go!
Elbow to the top of the head. Cabana winding up. Oh, he faked him out. Moonsault press. He might have him here.
No, only gets 2.
He faked out Daniels. Daniels went down thinking that Cabana was going for the clothesline. Instead, he got hit with that moonsault press.
Hot butt in the corner from Cabana.
And a clothesline takes him off his feet. Slow to cover there.
And it could be that hesitation that cost Cabana the victory.
Only a 2 count. He didn't hook the leg.
Daniels able to get his shoulder up. He's focused on winning the Ring of Honor World title here in his return to the promotion. And a loss here to Colt Cabana would certainly derail exactly what he has in mind. Take him off that path.
Daniels up and over, lands on his feet. Cabana fires a boot to the midsection, though. Reversal by Daniels.
Can't go for a cover right away, though, after connecting with that maneuver.
Finally able to drape the arm across the chest of Cabana, but only a 2 count.
The Blue Thunder powerbomb, not enough. Daniels back to a standing position. Colt Cabana trying to get back up. Pulls Cabana up.
Hard to the corner, follows him up with a big forearm shot. Now he's going to set him up on the top. Big palm thrust right to the face of Colt Cabana.
CM Punk still at ringside as Daniels trying to take Cabana from that position, but he blocks. Another pulse strike.
Cabana able to clasp his hands together and fight off that maneuver, but he was caught with another palm shot, like you said. Cabana dangling high above the concrete floor there on the top turnbuckle. Daniels is going to follow him up, looking for a superplex here, but Cabana firing a couple of shots to the back. Able to free himself and send Daniels crashing to the mat.
Can Cabana connect this time? Unsuccessful earlier with going to the top. Missile drop kick. Cover. No, Daniels kicks out.
Cabana hooked the leg and clasped the hands together, hanging on for dear life. Daniels somehow able to kick out. I see him Punk putting the bad mouth on Daniels from the outside.
I think he's getting a little frustrated with the fact that Cabana hasn't put him away yet. Maybe looking for the Colt 45 right here as he butterflies the arms. He's got him up. No, Daniels on his feet.
Daniels trying for a backslide here.
Right in the center of the ring, submission predicament. Will Cabana give it up? Todd Sinclair right in there.
Daniels cranking back on the neck. Cabana hanging on in the center here.
Trying to work his way out of the hole, but Daniels holding on. Punk's up on the apron. Takes the attention of Sinclair.
Daniels sees him, breaks the hold.
Down to the floor goes Punk, but he's taking the attention of Christopher Daniels. He's serving as a distraction right here and allowing Cabana to get back to his feet.
Daniels may have had Cabana right there. Look at this Punk grabbing at the ankle.
Chin breaker by Punk, and he's going into his tights. Referee has his back turned. Punk, he's got a chain. CM Punk wraps the chain around his fist.
And he just laid out Colt Cabana. Wait a second.
He just turned right around. He thought that Daniels was behind him, and he connected with Cabana. And now, I don't think Daniels saw that he hit Cabana with that chain. Best moonsault ever. And that's it. Christopher Daniels with the 3 count and comes up with the victory. CM Punk's interference backfiring as he connected with Colt Cabana. The midsection of Cabana being worked over by Daniels throughout the match paid the price right here as the best moonsault ever connects with that midsection and earns Daniels the victory. Who will Punk defend the belt against tonight?
You know what? CM Punk, all of a sudden, you become quite a storyteller. You like coming out here and telling stories like your Mother Goose or some crap like that. Since you're so interested in storytelling, I got a story for you. It's an easy story. It's a story about revenge. You came out here and you told everybody that I turned my back on you, that I left you high and dry. Well, I tell you what, here's your chance to get back at me. You want another ticket to ride the Fallen Angel? All you gotta do is step in that ring. And the price to ride is that ROH World Title. Oh no.
Daniels, I was going to give you a choice. You see, if you want a piece of me because of what I did to you in your neck 16 months ago, that's great. We can have a match. It can be non-title. But if you want a shot at this belt, let's be honest, Chris Daniels, you don't just walk back into my company and get a shot. You haven't beaten anybody worth a damn yet. And I think... you, Daniels. So if you want a match, you can go through the entire roster before I step foot in the ring with you. And if you don't get out of my ring right now, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to leave with my belt, and I'm going to take it with me where I go. And you're not getting a heavyweight title match here tonight. I will leave with this belt if you don't get out of my ring right now. Now hit the bridge, sucker! Get him out of here! I'm serious! Get him out of the ring!
Your website line!
I'll get my shot. I'll get my shot. I'll have to get now, ladies and gentlemen, ever so undeserving of being graced by my presence, on to the main event. I bet you want to know who it is, don't you? You've been waiting. You've been sitting at your computer screens. You've been waiting by the phone, hoping one of your friends maybe has a hot tip to call you and let you know what's going down. But truthfully, the only person who knows who I'm going to wrestle is me. And I fought long and I fought hard, and I went through the list of competitors and ROH legends. And I came up with one name, somebody that I'm going to relish in pounding. Somebody that I'm going to absolutely love hurting. You know him well, I know him well. If we can bring him out right now to have the match that was never supposed to happen, let's do it here. I challenge Low Key.
violence. It's okay. Just like earlier, I thought ahead. I'm a little bit prepared. There's another name. There's another Ring of Honor legend. Somebody I've hooked up with in the past. Who used to be the best wrestler in the world until I won that strap. Bring out Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. Surprised. I'm almost disappointed that Bryan Danielson didn't have what it takes. That's okay though. That's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. Because if there isn't one single Ring of Honor legend that wants to step in the ring to fight me, hell, maybe there's two Ring of Honor legends that want to step in the ring and fight me. They recently returned to the squared circle. Let's hear it for the Briscoe brothers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 challenges. That's about 3 many more than I wanted to make. So I guess nobody is man enough to wrestle me. So I'm leaving, and I'm leaving with this championship title. It was nice knowing you.
At the buffet table than at the gym. And honestly, after seeing the athletes out here putting on a hell of a show for almost 11 hours, it's been a long show, but it's been a damn good show. And the truth is, I'm not in good enough shape to be in their league tonight. I'm not just disappointing all of you, I'm disappointing myself as well. You see, I've got some special guests here. I've got a guy named Dave LaPointe who pitched Game 7 of the World Series back in '82. He brought his son Cody because he'd heard great things about ROH. Dave LaPointe has never heard me use foul language. I got a buddy named Chris Giordano out here somewhere. Spent his whole life in a wheelchair. He came here tonight because he heard good things about ROH. I've been over his house a dozen times watching pay-per-views. Chris Giordano's never heard me use foul language. My son and my daughter are here tonight. They come back from a little excursion with my wife's sister and they said, Dad, Aunt Gail uses the F word a lot. I said, you ever heard Dad use the F word? They said, no, Dad. But that's about to change. Because you see, Punk, when you walked out here a little bit earlier with your new purple hair, your new sharp three-piece suit, I couldn't help but think that you looked fucking ridiculous. And you did, you sounded even more fucking ridiculous. See, you're out here challenging Bryan Danielson, although you know full well, as do most of these fans, that the American Dragon is in Europe right now. You're challenging low key. You sure know. I heard people yell. You know he's in Japan. And the Briscoe brothers haven't wrestled in ROH for a year. But most ridiculous of all, CM Punk, is I heard you say that you made ROH. Now you worked your ass off, Punk. Sweat, blood, tears, all on behalf of ROH. Maybe you stood strong and you left TNA on principle, which I admire. But you did not make ROH. As a matter of fact, it would be more accurate to say that ROH made you. And now you want to walk to WWE with that championship belt? You want to walk out of ROH as the champion? I say, hey, good luck. Best wishes. I hope you make $1 million because you know I was pulling for you for months before you got the call from Vince McMahon. But the truth is, before you walk away to the fame and riches of WWE, you need to do not only the right thing for yourself, but the right thing for business. You see, CM Punk, you cannot be the ROH champion forever. You need to offer a shot to a hungry young competitor, and we got a lot going forward about. You see, in the professional wrestling business, there's only one way to be the champ forever, and unfortunately for you, Gabe Sapolsky does not have a daughter you can marry. Doesn't have a daughter that I can marry. That's good. That's good. So I suppose that you're trying to make a correlation between me and somebody else that you could never live up to. I mean, 3-time WWE Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the world, but for what? But for what? A total of like 3 weeks? No, see, there's a guy out there with 3 initials that you can't hold a candle to. Let's face it, Mick Foley, you're not in CM Punk's league. And yes, Triple H does have 3 initials, but when it comes to putting asses in seats, and when it comes to buying out pay-per-views and selling out arenas, you're not even in JBL's league. I'm not in JBL's league, huh? 3-week champion. That's come up. I won that title from The Rock. I had it for 21 days. I lost the title to The Rock after only 4 days. That's 25. And hell, I lost the title to Triple H in less than 24 hours. So maybe what I brought to the table is something you can't measure in days, in seats, and pay-per-views told. Because when I think of my career, the thing I'm proudest of is I can look in the mirror and know that wrestlers were better off for having had me in their career. Am I in Triple H's league? Maybe not, but the truth is he's been a main eventer for 5 years. Maybe I had something to do with it, maybe I didn't, but I'd like to think that 5 years, Triple H against Batista, 940,000 buys, and maybe back in 2000, my stamp of approval. My matches had something to do with that. You can ask Stone Cold Steve Austin if Mick Foley was a good guy to have in the ring, if his career wasn't a little bit better for having had wrestled me. You ask The Rock. You ask Randy Orton. The fact is, I did business on my way out, and I left the company a better place than I found it. So CM Punk, you have to look at what your legacy is going to be. You want to be remembered as a guy with the 5-star matches with Samoa Joe? Or do you want to be remembered as the guy who stuck up the place and left ROH a worse place than he found it? The truth is, you better find an athlete back there to wrestle. We're talking about a new generation of people, CM Punk. And I want to see a match. The fans want to see a match. And deep down, I think you need to have that match.
I gotta help this company. I think I've done wonders for this place. I don't think I have to help it anymore. But fine, Foley. You helped me out. You helped me get to where I'm going now. There's something that I would like to do for myself before I leave. There's somebody who beat me at Back to Basics, and he fits the criteria of the young lion, the new generation, the scrappy up-and-comer. And I want to avenge that loss. You see, I don't intend to lose. As much as all you people think, and all you people hope and pray that I do. I want to avenge that loss on my way out and do the right thing. And I want to do it in this ring right here tonight against Jay Lethal.
It's going to be Punk versus Jay Lethal as your main event. You just saw that clip of Jay Lethal pitting CM Punk in that tag team match at Back to Basics. It was Lethal and his mentor Samoa Joe against Punk, and Spanky, who was substituted for Steve Corino that night. We haven't seen Corino since, but that's another subject for another time. CM Punk confirming with me before he went to the ring in the last match. I saw him backstage that this is indeed his last night in ROH. And he has picked Jay Lethal to defend the world title against the fans firmly behind Lethal.
He's handpicked Jay Lethal and Punk, showing him the belt. I mean, Jay Lethal, he gets better each and every time he steps foot in that ring. Former pure champion here in Ring of Honor. But at the very same time, I think that CM Punk may have selected him just as a way of mentally gaining that win back if he's able to defeat him here tonight, because Jay Lethal was able to pin him in the past, and he thinks that maybe on his way out he wants to get that measure of revenge.
That's exactly right. This isn't about doing business like Mick Foley said. This is about Punk going out on top and getting a pin back on Jay Lethal. Since Lethal did pin him with the Dragon Suplex at Back to Basics, we have a handshake as CM Punk once again is set for his last ROH match. Of course, he fooled us all.
Oh, Dragon Suplex right off the bat!
He's gonna pin Punk!
Oh, no, he rolled to the floor. Lethal not able to go for a cover. He hit the Dragon Suplex, the first maneuver of the match, and he hits his trademark maneuver.
Lethal desperately trying to get Punk back in the ring. Desperate. Punk dead weight. Punk trying to do everything that is subconscious to avoid getting back in that ring. Lethal could have pinned him right
back inside, he finally does, but Punk again rolls back out to the floor. Title is on the line here. And it's all, ever since Punk won that belt, it's been all about CM Punk. He's a very selfish individual. It's all about his future, what he's going to do, where he's going. And he's forgetting about Ring of Honor, about the company that gave him the opportunity to show what he's capable of doing in that ring.
Oh, we are seeing CM Punk's true colors now.
He's not doing what's best for the company, what's best for business, what's best for Ring of Honor. He's doing what's best for himself. He has every intention tonight of defending the title, getting a victory, and walking out the ROH doors once and for all with the title belt still around his waist.
ROH officials are very nervous about this situation. What will happen if Punk wins tonight and leaves the company as world champion? What will happen to the title belt?
It just shows how little he cares about what happens to Ring of Honor after he's gone.
All he cares about is himself. That is very, very clear. He fooled us all in New Jersey at Death Before Dishonor 3 as he goes stumbling into the guardrail there.
Jay Lethal's doing his best to put a stop to CM Punk's antics the past couple of weeks to win that title.
Tonight we do have it confirmed though. It is CM Punk's final night in Ring of Honor.
Jay Lethal pitches him back inside the ring. Punk hasn't even had the chance to take off his ring jacket yet.
And you notice CM Punk going right to work on that neck of Jay Lethal. But Lethal able to come out with a shoulder block.
Of course, Jay Lethal nursing that neck injury suffered at the hands of the Rottweilers in Manhattan. The double stomp cop killer combination from Homicide and Low Key.
That move is now banned. We only saw Tope.
Takes Punk down to the floor.
Mention that double stomp cop killer combination. Manhattan Mayhem is the only time we will see that move. The most devastating move in wrestling history. Jay Lethal still nursing a bad neck. It'll be Jay Lethal versus Homicide. Relaxed rules tomorrow night in Manhattan. That's another matter for another time.
Right now it's all about Jay Lethal working over CM Punk. He's pinned him in the past. Can he do it again with the world title on the line? Jay Lethal has tasted gold before here in ROH. Can he do it a second time?
This is Jay Lethal's last opportunity.
Near fall right there for Lethal.
This is Ring of Honor's last opportunity. Jay Lethal has to be the savior of Ring of Honor here.
Pulls the ring jacket off of CM Punk and goes right back to work. Chop right across the chest.
The whole future of Ring of Honor is in Jay Lethal's hands right now. Can he stop Punk from leaving with the title?
Stomping away at the chest. He's got Punk down. He's got him in a weakened position. He was able to hit the Dragon Suplex in the opening seconds of the match. Can he do it again? Nice snap vertical suplex from Lethal, but Punk kicks out.
You know James Gibson is watching this. Samoa Joe is watching this. Christopher Daniels is watching this. Those are the men that I thought we would see against CM Punk tonight.
Every member of the ROH staff is watching this because the company's top prize hangs in the balance, and the future of the championship basically is dependent on whether Jay Lethal can take it off of CM Punk tonight.
It is all in Jay Lethal's hands.
Punk with the boot to the midsection. But Lethal takes out the legs. Jackknife pinning attempt. Only gets two.
Jay Lethal has to go for that Dragon Suplex again.
Punk crawling into the ropes. And Lethal pounding away on Punk.
Lethal now going to work, trying everything in this match, chopping CM Punk again. CM Punk fooled us all. He even fooled the production staff at Death Before Dishonor 3. We did all those great features on CM Punk's best memories in ROH. We made the whole DVD, the whole home release about CM Punk. The whole Death Before Dishonor 3 DVD was almost like a best of for CM Punk. And he spit in all of our faces by winning the title and then walking out of Ring of Honor, ducking Christopher Daniels, making a mockery out of everybody.
Just shows how egotistical CM Punk is that he even allowed us to say our goodbyes to him on that DVD release.
He had all of us fooled. Oh, that will turn the tide in a hurry.
Just drops the throat of Jay Lethal on the top rope.
Lethal, of course, nursing that bad neck, as you mentioned before. He actually missed a few shows 3 shows in a row before making the surprise return at The Future Is Now. He battled Loki in that tough match last week. He almost had Loki pinned with a Dragon Suplex. That match ending in a cheap disqualification.
Punk just stomping away on Lethal here.
Can Lethal finally get that big pin? This is the second singles match between CM Punk and Jay Lethal. Vertical suplex there. The first one was over a year ago, about 13 months ago, at the first Survival of the Fittest. At the time, Jay Lethal was known as Hydro and Special K. That match at Survival of the Fittest was considered Jay Lethal's first breakout match. It was the first sign of Jay Lethal getting serious, and in the years since that time, he's become a star. If he's able to defeat CM Punk tonight and save the ROH World title, Jay Lethal will be a superstar.
Chop right across the chest of Lethal. Punk sends him into the ropes. Back heel kick connects. Covered by Punk. But Lethal able to kick out. Of course, Jay Lethal with that bad neck. 2 of Punk's trademark finishing holds do damage and put pressure on that neck. Both the Pepsi Punch, the top rope pedigree of CM Punk, as well as the Anaconda Vice, both focus on the neck, leaving Jay Lethal open to 2 devastating maneuvers from the champ.
I talked to CM Punk right before he went through the curtain and ruined the last match between Christopher Daniels and Colt Cabana. He said he is walking out of ROH tonight as champion.
Duck of the clothesline attempt, duck of the elbow. Lethal off the ropes and just sidesteps him, sends Lethal over the top and to the floor.
He fell hard on that floor. You see there's a little carpeting there, but underneath that's just a hard concrete floor.
Punk going out to the floor himself.
What an event these fans in Long Island have witnessed tonight here at Sports Plus.
Bringing away on the arm of Lethal, looking to send him into that steel barricade back first.
Punk stalking Lethal now, taking his time. He knows he has Lethal in trouble as he goes to work on the back.
Punk's so focused on himself and his own career. You know, he's only out for himself. He even turned his back basically on Colt Cabana, sort of sacrificing their friendship in order to get himself ahead in this business, to get himself places, to try to put a roadblock in front of Christopher Daniels, who's on Punk's tail.
I wonder what Colt Cabana is thinking now after he had hit by a chain, even if it was by accident, by his friend, costing him that previous match. Even Mick Foley, he was just visiting the locker room. He was so disgusted that Punk was going to leave with the belt that he came out. What an altercation that was between Punk and Foley.
Lethal sent into the turnbuckle.
I'm rooting for Jay Lethal in this one. Forget about being impartial, especially after CM Punk signing that contract on the ROH title belt, disrespecting everything ROH is about.
Connects with the elbow right to the forehead of Lethal. And the crowd here getting behind Jay Lethal.
They don't want to see Punk leave as a champion. They know what's at stake in this one. They know that Jay Lethal is ROH's last chance.
They've seen Punk's true colors. They want to see somebody put a stop to what he's been up to as of late. And Jay Lethal tonight, given the opportunity and selected by the champion.
You have a guy like CM Punk. He jumped at the opportunity to take that WWE contract offer. And coming out and wearing a suit at the beginning of the show. How ridiculous was that?
Even carrying the contract to the ring, much less signing it on the ROH belt.
You have guys like ROH Pure Champion Samoa Joe. He had the same offer from WWE that CM Punk did, but Samoa Joe chose to stay with Ring of Honor. He showed his loyalty to Ring of Honor.
Lethal back to his feet, firing back on Punk. Due to the midsection of Lethal.
Come on, Lethal.
Sends him into the ropes. Punk ducks his head. Sunset flip by Lethal. Only 2. Both men back up. Lethal going for the crucifix, and he gets him. Only 2 once again. Punk grabs hold of the head, neck breaker, doing more damage to that injured neck.
CM Punk definitely has that neck targeted.
And let's not forget, I mean, even though it might have been a relatively quick match and he was only one of 4 men in it, Lethal already had to wrestle tonight in that opening tag team match.
That's right, Jay Lethal.
Not only is he an underdog in this matchup, but he's already had to wrestle. He's worn down. all part of Punk's strategy.
Punk knew exactly what he was doing going into tonight.
Targeting that next snapmare, brings him down and now grabs hold of the chin lock, keeping him down on the canvas, looking to take all of the energy out of the challenger.
And he also has that chin lock right around the neck of Jay Lethal, applying more pressure to the bad neck of Jay Lethal.
He's not giving it up. Sinclair right in there. Lethal staying in this fight.
Lethal needs to win the belt tonight. I wonder if he'll put it up against Homicide tomorrow night when they meet in Manhattan. That's another question for another time, although I can't wait to Jay Lethal versus Homicide. But Lethal now getting to his feet, showing the fight, showing the determination. This is what made Lethal a breakout star. This is what made him pure champion.
Elbow to the midsection of Punk, trying to keep hold of the chin lock. Lethal trying to break free from Punk's grasp.
He has to get out of this hold.
He does. Hits the ropes. Punk ducks his head. Lethal grabs hold of the head and drives him down to the canvas.
CM Punk, he is in trouble now. Can Lethal follow up? Lethal's going up.
Needs to capitalize. He's been known to put that top rope flying headbutt to use, but Punk back to his feet.
Did you see him clutching his neck? It was that hesitation where he was clutching his neck in pain. CM Punk taking advantage of it.
Well, Punk has done a good job of targeting that neck thus far in the match, and now a series of headbutts. Lethal firing back, but Punk up to the second rope he goes himself. Possibly superplex coming up.
This will definitely rattle the neck of Jay Lethal if he's able to hit it.
Lethal trying to hold on. Shots to the ribs of CM Punk. Lethal firing away. Forearm shot. Down goes Punk. Lethal climbing up top. Punk on his back. Headbutt, but Punk rolls out of the way, and Lethal meets nothing but the canvas.
More impact on the neck.
Yeah, even sacrificing his own body, trying to inflict the punishment of the diving headbutt, putting his neck on the line. But he didn't do any damage to Punk, only did damage to himself.
Even if you hit the headbutt, it is going to jolt your neck.
Punk goes right back to work, looking to place Lethal up top once again.
Let's see if Jay Lethal... Oh, look at that, a punch right to the back of the neck. What kind of tactics are those? CM Punk fooling us all for a year. Showing his true colors here, trying to end the career of Jay Lethal.
Just really relentless on that neck, firing away. Punk up top. What does he have in mind?
They're both on the top rope. Lethal saves himself, turns it over.
Into a crossbody, drives Punk down to the canvas. He's down, but so is Jay Lethal. And here comes Samoa Joe, the mentor of Jay Lethal, shouting encouragement. Samoa Joe giving that moral support to Jay Lethal as this crowd gets behind him as well, fighting for ROH, fighting for the world title.
It's definitely worked, Jay Lethal, no.
Into the midsection, Punk hits the ropes. But a clothesline from Lethal takes Punk down, and again, holding on that bad neck, but he's still dishing out the punishment to Punk. Punk set to the buckle. Out he comes, back body drop from Lethal. Punk back to his feet.
This is Lethal's time.
Combination connects with the neck breaker. Rolling, cover.
He's got him.
No, Punk able to kick out.
Jay Lethal is so close. He can feel it. Samoa Joe's out there giving him support.
Still holding on to that bad neck. Trying his best to not let it deter him from staying focused and going after the championship.
Lethal up and over. Oh, what a kick.
Back inside the ring comes Lethal, second turnbuckle, and connects with the back heel kick. Cover. No, barely able to kick out.
What's it gonna take?
He needs to go for the dragon suplex again. He's got Punk worn down.
Can Jay Lethal save the ROH World title? We'll see if Punk walk out as champion.
Punk set into the buckle. Lethal comes charging right into the boot.
Punk looks to go airborne.
Reverse flying crossbody, momentum, Lethal on top! No, only two! Move to the midsection, Punk butterflies the arms. Welcome to Chicago!
Oh no.
He kicks out!
Lethal kicking out at just one. He's getting some adrenaline going. Can he follow up? Can he get some offense?
Punk with hold of the arm. Connects with the kick. Mule kick. Off the ropes comes Punk.
He's got it.
Dragon, no. Reversed by Punk. Right upside the head with the kick.
He got him a little low, Dave, right on the neck with that enziguri. Full impact right on the neck of Jay Lethal. Samoa Joe urging him to kick out, telling him to. Yes!
Able to kick out.
This crowd is after a long show. They're here to see CM Punk lose the world title.
You gotta wonder if maybe Punk's having second thoughts about selecting Jay Lethal. He is such a formidable competitor and a hungry young athlete here in ROH.
It was all Punk's ego talking there, and look at Lethal. He's feeling it now. He's trying to get to his feet. He's trying to get the energy.
Punk, handful of hair. Back in the center of the ring. Vertical suplex. Lethal blocking the attempt. And again. Punk clubs away at the back of Jay Lethal.
And now Punk, let's see what he can follow up with.
Can he get it this time? Hooks the arm. Again Lethal, using his leverage to block. Shots to the rib cage of Punk. Clubbing down on the back. Lethal now, going for it on Punk. Punk, waistlock, standing switch. Fisherman suplex.
Nails it.
Lethal out to the apron. Going for that headbutt once again.
He nails it this time. Cover.
Nelson, full Nelson, Dragon, no! Punk rolls him up. Leverage.
Oh.
Back and forth they go.
The Dragon, yes!
No, full Nelson broken by Punk. Pepsi twist, no! Full Nelson, broken again. German, Punk lands on his feet. Off the rope, Shining Wizard. Cover, kick out. He does, he gets a shoulder. Anaconda Vice.
Oh, Joe knows that Lethal's in a lot of trouble. Can that bad neck of Lethal survive?
Punk really wrenching back on the neck of Lethal. Can he make the ropes?
Yes! Yes!
Oh, thank God. I thought that was it. I thought Punk was going to walk out of Ring of Honor with our title belt. But Lethal makes the ropes. He's still in this matchup. And Samoa Joe encouraging him to keep fighting.
A superstar effort from Jay Lethal. Samoa Joe now giving him words of encouragement. Slapping him, trying to fire him up. Trying to give him that energy.
Punk kicking away at the neck. And again.
Oh, you notice Punk cut that right off by going to the neck of Lethal. That neck is in a lot of trouble.
The fans here on Long Island getting behind Jay Lethal. They want to see the ROH World title around his waist. And off the cocky shoulder of CM Punk.
We need it off that cocky shoulder of CM Punk. It has to happen.
Hard shot from Jay Lethal, fighting his way out of the corner. Series of strikes from Lethal. Punk barely staying on his feet. Lethal really getting a burst of energy here. Another hard shot. Pulls him into the center of the ring. Dragon suplex. No.
Oh, Come on, Jay, hit that dragon suplex.
Punk charges into the elbow. Jay Lethal to the second rope. Punk connects.
Punk was just looking at Samoa Joe. Oh no, it's a muscle buster. Muscle buster from Punk. That's Samoa Joe's moving all impact on the neck.
And he pulled him up.
I think Lethal is out. Come on, Joe. Oh, he's got the choke on Samoa Joe's choke.
Oh, he's just rubbing this in the face of Samoa Joe.
Come on, Jay, hold on.
Trying to put away Joe's protege. Oh, come on. CM Punk is still the champion, and this is his last night. He's leaving ROH with the belt.
No.
Champion CM
Joe, I don't even have words to know.
How much Samoa Joe did to build that title, and Punk is just whipping it right in his face.
Oh, Joe taking it to it. Come on, Joe, hit him. Here comes Foley again. Foley, of course, both Punks to do business. No, Foley pushing Joe aside. Of course, Joe and Foley have that issue. Joe and Foley now face to face. We saw the feud earlier in the year. Punk taking advantage, knocking them both down. Now he's giving it to Foley, punches to Mick Foley.
Punk going to work on both Foley and Samoa Joe. CM Punk is still the champion, and he's leaving the promotion with our belts.
Here comes James Gibson.
Gibson wants that title. Joe wants that title. Everybody wants the title. We want it on anybody but that man running away from the ring once again with the title in hand.
It's just like we saw at the beginning of the show. Does this mean CM Punk is leaving out the back of the building with our title belt? We might not ever see the world title again.
The owner, the promoter. Wait, no. What are you saying? No. It wasn't Gabe Sapolsky. See, I wasn't talking to the owner and the promoter of ROH. I was on the phone talking to the owner and promoter of WWE.
Yes, Shane. Triple H.
Said to me that this guy Punk can't do the right thing in an organization like ROH that made him who he is. He said, Nick, how the hell can I expect him to do the right thing for me?
Sounds like a lie.
So what I'm suggesting to you is what Vince suggested to me, which is, unless you want to spend a lifetime in OVW. With the slightest hope of becoming this Sunday Night Heat. Then you will get your ass in the ring tomorrow night and put your title on the line. So you think about it, Punk, and I will see you
on Sunday Night Heat
in Manhattan.
It looks like Punk's gonna have to show up in Manhattan tomorrow night. And I get carried to go to the back of the building. What are we gonna see with Samoa Joe and Mick Foley here?
Coming through. Excuse me.
Joe extending the hand. It looks